Audio, audio on. Listen to us. Here we come. Video. All right, waiting for everything to load. All right. We got the video up. We got the audio rolling. Okay. Fair. Fair enough. The best thing about quieting the truth here is that I'm legitimately doing that right now. Nobody can hear you, so therefore the truth is quieted. You're talking all this shit, and nobody can hear you. Is that it? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. I can't quiet it. I'm fucking control. This is me testing stuff out. I have to hold on. I'm changing it now, so this should fix it. This is such a silly thing that's fucking affecting it, but it is. Okay. Now that we've switched it there, talk, boys. Oh, but it's not quite figured its shit out yet. Okay. Now I'm... Why doesn't this work? Here we go. Here we go.
Is it because I'm the heart of the team?
Do the right thing.
Yeah, definitely.
It goes. It was taking its time to figure its shit out.
Oh, I hear Henry.
I think we're good.
I'm the glue that binds us.
Hear me. All right.
Fucking hell.
Jeff talk,
right.
so we know you're good.
Yes.
Out of all things, for it to be the first thing I say on stream is, "Oh, am I the heart of the team?"
All right, we're back.
From outer space.
We're back.
Fucking hell.
He's trying to silence the truth, but he can't keep us quiet forever.
It's true.
To be fair,
all right, Jeff.
To be fair, Chaos, he hasn't destroyed any books yet.
Jeff, take it off. Everybody shut the hell up till the music stops.
Hey everybody, welcome to, you can actually turn that music up just a tad. Welcome to another exciting adventure in Mythcraft country. I am Jeff, your Twitchmaster, your Twitch Torchmaster, here on Friday nights. We like to have a good time. We like to party. We play a little bit of a different system, different than what you might be used to with D&D. It's called Mythcraft. It's great. We've been exploring the world for a while now. The other thing we do here tonight, it's Friday night, so we crack open a drink with the boys. Boys is unisex in this instance. We got our drinks. We say cheers, 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 cheers. And we start the show. And we start the show. As I said, I'm Jeff. Joining me as always are my wonderful players, starting with Mav.
What's up, everybody? I'm Maverick SD. I play the Lupine Hondu. Oh God, I almost said Gall Sudman because of my brain is. You said you're the last person to say your name, and I almost said yours.
Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane.
I'm sorry. I play the Hondu Jordan McBain. At this point in time, the tanky melee person that he is. Oh well, he's doing some range. Fair. Anyways, I'm the person who tries to lead this group as misfits as much as I possibly can, but everybody else seems to always have their own thing going. So I'm gonna see how this goes.
It's like herding cats.
Accurate.
That's why I said I try.
Yeah.
Try. It doesn't work, but I try.
Also joining us, as always, is the wonderful Henry.
Hello, I'm Henry. I will be playing the Klepin named Klepton. I know.
Because that's not confusing.
You guys love it.
It's actually really easy. Like the opposite of confusing, in fact.
Yeah. Klep. Very easy to remember. And I am your troublemaker.
Troublemaker.
That's about right.
I think that's fitting.
That's about right.
Okay.
I am the troublemaker.
And I'm Jameson Oxford. I need no introduction from the GM. I am
I didn't expect you to.
No.
ready
No.
every time. I'm ready.
I
No.
planned
And tonight,
everything that happens here, including you jumping
Yeah.
in.
So you
You
I'm
are
gonna play
Father
Gul
Time.
Sudman. Gul
Hey,
Sudman is ignoring everybody else because it's important that you all know that he's a Brunei, which is a race in Mythcraft that is a sort of gnome troll. And he turns to stone when he sleeps, and he's got strong ties to like the Fae, the Everwild in this particular game. And he's a druid, mentor-y cleric kind of a character. That's the vibe.
That is the vibe.
Okay.
That is definitely the vibe. And now that you know the players, let's get a little bit into the game. You may wonder what has happened leading up to here, and I'm going to try to make this. I'm going to try to make it brief.
Recap time.
The four of them, including my little PC named Jairus, met up in a city the size of a bridge, or actually a bridge the size of a city. There they solved some problems with a cult, blah, 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 moved on, went to the desert, fought in a fucking mansion with a ghosty boy. One of them died, got brought back to life because I was really nice as the DM, not as the character. Then they made it to a flesh butthole. From the flesh butthole in the desert, they went to a city. They went to a territory as caravan guards called Falth. Falth is kind of run by crime. There they got involved with the black market on purpose. They're like, hey man, we might have a job for you. And they're like, "Look, we could take a job. We could take a job. So the job they took was to retrieve magical items. Magical items that they have heard of, but that's the whole point of retrieving it. It's not easy. That's why you get people who are expendable to do it. But this first one is a little easy. They were sent to retrieve the loot of tomes. Or is it tones? You know, it's hard to say. All this information gets real wishy-washy because it's just
unclear. Please try again.
because it's just word of mouth. Where they left
And to be
off,
fair, his accent could left something for so to be
60
translated.
seconds.
where
well
they
done.
left off was they had just been attacked by what seemed to be a lone centaur.
Pussy ass centaur.
Which got them
Pussy-ass
involved
centaur,
in a
bitch.
weird running fight that was very difficult for them. As it turns out, playing this game with range, wild. Anyways, so
We didn't do enough of that.
they'd all just made it back to their cart, and they said they wanted to keep moving. So let's open it up with, what do you guys think you're doing?
Look, I don't know if that really went great, and I'm kind of worried he's gonna come back. So, like, we better keep moving. Hey, do we have a better plan for next time something like that goes down?
Well, at this
I'm
point
looking
in
at
time,
like multiple arrows sticking out of pieces of Jordan's armor.
my shield mostly, but yeah.
Hey, actually, small game break. Game break to say this. Jorn, I did want to address this because I was doing more research in between games. You cannot take the effect of the resistances unless you've taken the correct talent on your armor. So if your armor has resistances, you cannot take the effect of that unless you've taken the correct talent for that. There is a talent for that specifically. That being said,
Sounds like a talent worth taking.
it is a talent worth taking, so consider that in the future. Look into that. The way this game plays is instead of having feats, they have talents, and talents actually basically cover the gamut for everything, whether that's your class or your abilities. All of that fall into talents, and they're useful and worth planning at least a little bit, so you can figure out exactly what you want to do. So yes, that is just something I wanted to get off my chest. You have the Ring of Protection, which I'm pretty sure I gave you on the contingency that you do this mission, because it's a rare item, which means it's very expensive. I think
As I look at all the arrows sticking out of Jorn, and he starts to bleed from them suddenly and without warning.
everything that happened carries through. But for the future, just to recognize that your damage reduction shouldn't have been as good as it was.
Okay.
But moving forward, yes. Yeah, I do want to say that it was tiring as fuck trying to catch that guy, and having a plan for the future if someone shoots at us from far as fuck away would be just a great plan. Maybe not engage even, just run away.
Well,
Would have been just as profitable.
yeah, maybe a little bit less. We ran them off. We did great. And Jorn, man, you're really good at not getting hit. But maybe we take that into advantage next time. If we move away from archers, then they got to come to us. And you have 3 guys here who are real good at ambushing. So if you move away first, we might be able to tie them up so you can knock them down. You know, but first we should probably act like we're leaving rather than chasing them through the woods. Does that make sense?
Yeah, we could have definitely done that better. Seeing that now, looking at my shield with giant longbow bolts stuck in it.
We're new to this,
weren't
so
long
you know.
bows. Or yeah, never mind.
We're new to this. I'd like to forgive us for making mistakes, but at the same time, mistakes could get us killed and have done so in the past. As I look at Klep, so maybe we should take more time to think about strategy on our off time. We're being a little cavalier. We keep running into problems.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
Hey, has this been in the cart the whole time, guys? And Klep holds up leather and steel armor.
What?
Yeah, I got that for you. Pretty sure I told you.
No. Okay, well, thank you, I guess.
Yeah, maybe putting on our good gear too. That would be a great habit that we could form. I'm going to start asking us random battle questions as we travel. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. In the meantime, let's get moving so that Centaur don't bring friends or re-catch up with us. Hey, Jairus, do you know how to hide tracks?
I don't know if I should. I'm so used to doing the podcast that I want to say the things, but instead, look at my face. Yes. Yes, I do.
Like I turned to you and asked the guy who I thought might be an expert, and you act like I have insulted you. Yeah, okay.
It was a little insulting, yeah. But yeah, I'll do. Hold on. And he hops out the cart and he starts fucking brushing away the track. You see him break a limb off a tree, and he's brushing away the tracks, so it's harder to follow the cart through the wood.
Klep is helping with his tail.
Yeah, I'm doing similar because I know enough woodcraft as a woodsy guy. I think I have tracking 1. I am a
I just
temple.
realized that we're over a year into this campaign, and Clip has never once addressed his tail.
Talk to me about that fucking fin, huh?
Yeah. Clip has a tail,
Weird being an
everybody.
That's weird. It's funny how that happens now when it's so convenient. Did I mention
yeah,
that?
convenience.
Did I mention that Gaul has a
road.
rake sticking out of his ass all the time, and it tills the soil behind him?
All right.
You
get your fluffy tail dirty using it like a
Do
broom.
you want us to roll anything for that to hide?
No, I'm going to give you that one for free. I'm going to give you that one for free. There's enough of you. There's enough of you that should know enough to be able to hide tracks, at least quasi-effectively.
Clip is hardly even leaving tracks with his 20-pound ass. Just
Yeah. I don't weigh much more than that, but still, you got to do your best. You never know what a centaur can do.
No, Clip knows.
Oh wait, I weigh 95.
No, you weigh
I'm
a lot
heavy
more than
boy.
that. I don't. You were like, I don't weigh much more than that. I was like, what?
Well, Clip
I'm
also
only 3
weighs
foot
40
10, so
pounds.
I assumed I was pretty light, but I
Clip
forgot
weighs
I also
40
went with, like
pounds.
dwarf stature.
Yeah.
I don't know
So
how
we
he's
go.
40 pounds, but he is.
No, that actually makes sense.
That makes a lot of
Really?
sense.
Square cube
How
law.
big you are. Yeah. You keep in mind
2.5 feet?
2.5 feet.
How much does your kid weigh?
Not 40 pounds. That's what I'm getting at. It should be less.
Oh, well, you are muscle, whereas your child is not. You are an adult.
I'm a
Oh,
raccoon. I'm fucking.
Yeah, but you're an adult.
First off, you've
Moving
not-
on.
It's not
I'm
that important.
humanoid.
We don't need to be here. You're portly,
40
bud.
pounds is
Let's just
correct.
be honest. You're fat. I didn't want it to come out this way, but you're fucking fat, Clip. You
40
need to run
pounds is
more.
correct. Compare it to a dog. 40 pounds is correct. Moving on. So, you guys are moving. You're moving in the
Yeah, we've been
direction you
moving.
know you're supposed to go.
Yes.
That's what I'm
I
establishing.
had a nat 20 on my last navigation, so unless you need me to roll a new one, I'm assuming I know where I'm
Can I
at.
No.
roll on that? Can I keep going off the roll from last session?
I'm going to let you go on the roll from last session for this because, yes, you knew which direction you were heading. You make your way. So,
Yes.
let me get to my notes here because
We arrive at our destination. No hiccups, no problems. We actually found a bag of gold on our way.
Hell yeah.
that
It's
definitely
really
happened.
cool.
Yeah, definitely.
We need to remember that we can do that in that
you-
other game.
Then you woke up.
Because we keep saying we can make the story.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! How is it that we do that more here than we do in
I
the
don't
one
know.
we can make?
Because our magic power is to be annoying. And it's most annoying here.
That's true.
Okay. So,
Buttons.
you keep. Fucking hell. You guys keep moving
I
forward.
also find another dagger.
Shut up. You keep moving forward. And you find yourself in the area in which you know you have to start looking for the stolen library. Now, this is the important part. You, one, don't know what you're looking for, and two, know that you have this big area to look through. I will allow you to tell me what checks you think you want to make, but on my side, I know the ones that I'm looking for. But I'd like to give it off to you to see what you guys think. Right away.
Can I roll
Quick
for
recap.
finding?
Quick recap for listener and for me. It is a some sort of ruin that is likely a library that moves, right? Like the theory is that it teleports or something, like the whole building moves around.
So what you know is that it is supposed to be a secret library that has been set up by the man who is largely responsible for the I don't want to say construction, but the unification of Falth, right? Said to be a great thief, right? Which is why this area is very well known for its use of crime, right? Crime is prominent
Rogues.
here largely because
Rogue
of this man.
Shangri-La.
Basically, Rogue Shangri-La is Falth. So, the rumors is that it moves, and you should be able to find it if it's here. You think this is where the rumors say it is, so it makes sense. You just have to go looking for it. You don't know exactly what it'll look like, because if somebody knew exactly what it looked like, it would already been
But
found.
it also straight up fucking teleports around, right? That was one of the little tidbits we were given.
They don't know.
Or at least that's the theory.
The theory is that
theory.
it moves. The theory is that it moves.
Okay. Do you think it moves, or do you think it like appears one place and then another? Like, 'cause if it moves, it might leave a trail.
I like to think that it kind of just raises up a little bit.
Just comes
And
out. Of the ground.
little legs sprout. He just kind of walks around.
Oh, classic Baba Yaga situation.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's what I think.
I love me a good Baba Yaga situation. Scary
me.
though.
Ding me.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yep.
Where'd it go? There it is.
Jeffrey's random fact. Ow!
Hey, Jeffrey's random fact of today. The reason that Baba Yaga's house is supposed to be on chicken legs is actually because many structures in those days were lifted, and they had a type of structure called chicken legs. They were simply raised houses that were pretty high off the ground. It is not actually meant to mean literally chicken legs, but over time, that is how it has been construed.
Literally stilts.
They're just stilted houses.
Ding me. Ding me. And the reason they were on the chicken legs was because it was notorious for torrential weather with flooding and whatnot.
There we go. We got some facts
is all.
today.
I got to
just-
get Ryan
I
to
had to
give
get-
me the
I
actual
had to get my
music
own.
as well, so I can
Well-
get it after.
Welcome to Jeff and Henry's super short show.
Yep.
All right, so
Random fact for you.
you're looking. If you want, I can just tell you outright. If you don't want to, just pitch them to me. But I know what I'm looking for specifically.
No, I just wanted some information to go off of. That's kind of where I was at. Also, I'm setting it up for the listener.
Absolutely.
What you said you were going to do
Please.
something, right, Henry? You had an idea?
Yeah, Klep is going to climb a tree and look from a very high vantage point.
Okay.
I mean,
good
I kind of want
You
to.
just told me you couldn't climb.
I kind of want to pull a. I kind of want to pull a Hondu thing here real quick, and I know
Okay.
it's not going to work, but at the same time,
smell it?
no, seriously, could I smell for paper?
smell
Can you
ink in
smell?
my
library.
Can you smell
That fresh
paper?
book smell.
It definitely wouldn't be
Or
a fresh book
musty
smell.
books.
It'd be
Yeah,
a musty
musty
book
book
smell for sure.
Musty
Your
books.
audio got
They
weird,
smell
but
more.
whatever. Maybe it's just to me.
Is it me?
No, it's Mav.
Am I breaking?
Mav's voice got weird.
He's
yeah.
a little robotic.
That
You're
would-
not breaking. You're just a little roboty. So here's what I'm gonna tell you. You can try to smell for it, but in the interest of full disclosure, to not make you feel really discouraged when I tell you that it's not really going to work that well.
No, yeah, I figured as much. So I was like, I could, but at this point in time, I would want to like search. I'm just going to do perceiving and search for signs of what would normally be perceived as a ruin, like
Absolutely.
any little bit, like poking out of the forest, where like maybe it's a piece of brick or something that seems out of place. I'm looking for something that would be out of place in where we are right now.
Yes, I'm actually going to give you the heads up right now. The hard way to do it is to just look. You have a big territory, and that's going to be an awareness check. You're just looking.
And I could add perceiving to that, since I would be perceiving things and seeing
Do
like
you want
whether
me
or
to
not
roll
it's
for
it's
my?
off.
You want me to roll for my vision from the top?
Yes, I will give you one TA.
Okay,
Okay, and then I'm just rolling with awareness and
it's a nat 20 plus the 3 for my perceiving, and then an additional 1. So
You for
24.
real rolled a nat 20 right now?
Yes.
Hell
Well-
yeah, man.
it's gonna be that kind of day.
Shit,
You
damn.
rolled a nat 1, didn't you?
Nope.
Oh, nice.
Did the both of you roll a nat 20?
Gaul is
Yes.
Gaul is down on the ground overthinking all the ways that he could find a magic temple, and these guys are just like climbing a tree and smelling it on the air.
I'm not smelling it. No, I asked
Okay.
about it. I'm not actually. I'm looking for
Smelling
something
it
that
on the
looks out of
fucking wind.
place. where we are right now. That was what I specifically said. But total of 28.
Total 28. And what's Henry's total at?
23.
23. Okay, so
Wait, no, 24. Sorry,
24.
I forgot the one. Yeah.
24. So with a total of 28 and 24, both of you are nat 20s, but obviously we're going to have to incorporate the totals here. Jorn just takes off into this forest on foot, realizing that it's probably easier to look around for something on foot than it is on horseback. And he starts running. And as he's running, Klep climbs a tree. Klep goes from the tree, goes, "Is that something over there?" And before even there's too much time, because he's just like running on pure almost instinct, he just says, "I have to hard look this area." Within the course of about 30 minutes to an hour of just both of you looking and talking amongst each other, you find something that definitely doesn't look like it belongs. I'll tell you, you guys lucked out on that roll. Because
Imagine 2 nat 20s.
2
Pretty
nat
lucky.
20s. Yeah, and crazy lucky, because hard looking for it was just going to affect the amount of time
Two
it
of you
took you.
trip over the fucking cornerstone of the ruins.
You're able to do it within the course of an hour, which that could have taken all day if you'd rolled badly.
Klep turns around and looks at everyone at the cart and starts walking backwards. He's like, "Hey, I'll catch you guys later." Trips, falls backwards into the library door.
That had been if you'd rolled
is there-
luck.
You see a squirrel up there? Maybe I could ask him for directions.
That's hilarious, because that was another option that was definitely on the table. And guess what?
What I
Didn't
have.
need it.
I need it.
Didn't need it. So,
I'm still looking for a squirrel. I don't.
Mav, you find it. What do you tell the boys to get them to come to you? You're muted. You're muted.
Thank you. Because I know he was up at the top of the tree line, I'm going to yell up to Klep because I know he could probably hear me easiest since he's up in a clear line of hearing. I'm going to be like, "Klep, that direction you said, I think I found it."
Okay,
Well,
we'll head over.
okay.
Relay that to the others. Is that
What do you say?
I'm apart.
What'd he say?
I don't know. I can't hear him.
Well,
gonna
let's go
let you-
find him and see what he said.
I'm going to let you fuck around if you're going to fuck around. Feel free.
I go off after fucking Jordan.
no, no, no,
Well, I'll get
no,
a bit
I-
closer.
Klep is saying that he doesn't know what he said, but Klep knows what he said. Klep's fucking with Gaul.
I'm aware. I'm just putting
I'll
it
go
out
get
there.
closer
Okay.
and see what he said. And he just goes to Jordan.
Fantastic. Yeah.
I think we should head that way.
Jairus sees
Noted.
which direction he says, grabs the cart and the big turtle.
The turtle.
The big old turtle. And he goes, "All right, here we come." In what is
Come
not
on, Winston.
an exorbitant amount of time, everybody meets there. What you all see when you get there,
I grab Susu the piglet just because it's good to note all your pets.
it's good. It's good. I'll forget them, and then if I forgot them, they're dead.
What did
Keeping
you
alive.
name the?
I feed it.
What did you name the turtle?
Acord.
Oh yeah, Acord.
Yeah. Once you get there, what Jorn sees is a doorway that looks out of place. Once you all arrive, a large stone entry that does not appear to be connected to anything stands in this part of the forest.
Poor Chaos Child is just having a conniption trying to keep Klep out of this library.
At the center of this entry is a thick wooden door with a dark ashen hue. Clearly visible is a complex seeming lock that bears no keyhole. The hinges are not visible, and the edges
Just a
leave
door.
very little space.
Just a door in the middle of nowhere.
It is a doorway with a door in it, right? So it's not just a door;
it.
it is a
It's an arch.
stone doorway with a
Got
big
it.
wooden door in the middle of it.
I
Not
walk.
huge, but big enough.
Hold on. This is a joke. I'm gonna do this out of character. I walk up to the door and I speak friend in Elvish.
Bello.
Your crowd is Jerry. Good work. You've really- He even knew the word. It's great. Straight to your audience.
Clep approaches the door and kind
Wait,
of
I
just
know this one. One of them lies.
does this number.
Lies.
He does this number and then starts jumping.
What
I
are
think
you
it's
doing,
motion
Clep?
censored, but it's not moving.
What the
a
fuck
weird,
is
what a
motion
weird
sensors?
joke for Clep to have made. That's
Where do you hang out? All right, locked door. I guess we're on the right trail, or we're about to find something real interesting either way.
Yeah. So you see this big door. I've explained everything about the door. Big door, wooden,
right.
dark wood, complex seeming lock that bears no keyhole. I don't think I have to say this, but you can assume it's locked.
Gall knocks.
Okay. Gaul walks up, and you wait around. Several minutes pass and nothing happens. What else would you like to do?
I inspect the lock without touching it.
Gall turns to everybody else and shrugs.
Did my best.
I have a question. Is there a door handle?
You said there's a lock, but you didn't mention a
No,
knob.
there's not a conventional handle that you can
Okay.
see.
Okay, so it's almost like a padlock on a shed.
Basically, it's like
Okay.
you can assume that the way in is through this lock, but even you would are like, well, how do you unlock this thing? Because it doesn't bear a keyhole.
Open.
Doesn't work.
Jairus, this feels like, once again, do you know how to open a lock? And we can skip the anger and just move on to you opening a lock, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's not necessary. Yeah, I could work on picking it. Give me a second to gather my tools. He reaches into his cloak. Meanwhile, Mav said that Jorn wanted to look at it. If you'd like to look at the door or the lock, make me an awareness check.
It's a door.
No, I'm inspecting the lock without touching it.
Yeah.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. I'm going to give you more than just the lock. You look at the lock. The lock is definitely not something that you, by any means or measure, have ever seen before. It is not recognizable as a lock, or it is recognizable as a lock, but it is not recognizable to you on how the fuck you would open it. But while you're looking around at this lock, you happen to, by looking closely, and luckily enough, it is in the language you speak, Theshi, you see the words, pass by trade or by name.
I kind of sit under my breath to myself, like, pass by trade or by name.
What was that, Jordan?
Any of you guys speak Theshi?
No.
Yeah.
And I say it in the language to him, pass by trade or by name.
To find the Holy Grail.
He goes,
African or
trade-
European.
by trade or by name. I will allow both,
English or Spanish.
but I will allow both Jorn and Jairus to make an intelligence roll to see if that clicks with anything.
It does not.
And I heard this conversation.
Yes, but some of
Okay.
it was in a language you don't speak. The only two that speak Theshi here should be Jorn and Jairus. So when he says the words in Theshi, you don't understand those.
He didn't say
Okay,
it to
so-
us, right? He said it.
Yeah, he only
I
said the
turned
words-
back and said, hey, does anybody speak Theshi?
Yeah, but you didn't tell us.
Jairus
yourself.
responded.
Well, I'm
No,
saying
that's
you
why,
didn't
like-
translate it
Yeah.
to us.
No, I haven't gotten that far yet. I was,
Okay.
we were still discussing, and you guys.
So you had 2 TA on this roll, but by the sounds of it, you rolled so low, Jorn, that it doesn't matter. Because you said
Total of 11.
It's a black door. Maybe that has some sort of clue. It's a weird color to paint your door.
I was able to read it and find it. I would not be able to know what it
You
is.
think maybe like it used to be painted red and then they got around it's like a clue.
that's a funny joke you've put in there. I appreciate
What joke?
that.
I hate it.
Uh,
I hate it.
Jairus kind of looks and he goes, well, I don't know who exactly it is, but I do remember them saying it was set up by the original guy. I don't think they said who that was, but by trade, if he was of the skullduggery type, let's just say, maybe it is you either use his name or you break in.
I have skills in both history, religion, and law. And
I
I
will
feel
allow
like I
you-
could make a case. Yeah.
I will allow you for history. I will allow you
Okay.
for history here to say that
I feel like
maybe
law
there's
is
an off
tangential
chance.
to crime. That's the only thing I
So,
would say.
I have to ask because Amber came in and interrupted a little bit. Did you convey the translation yet?
No, we were still having a conversation about what it was meaning.
I looked to
I
the
roll a
rest of you-
16 about the dude's name. Teshi, right? No, that was the
you
name of the
don't-
language. What's the
You
guy's
don't know
name?
his name
You
yet.
don't
You
know
don't
his
know his
name.
Yeah,
You
Oh, I
don't know
thought we got
anything
told
yet.
before.
No.
with you
No,
guys
he
kind
hasn't-
of
Oh, okay.
with you
He
guys
hasn't
kind of
said
standing there.
anything.
You guys kind of standing there in silence. I realized that I said it. I was like, oh, it's it says in Theshi. I just forgot it.
Pass
It's
by
gone.
name or by
Oh, yeah.
trade.
Pass by name.
Pass by name or by trade.
With a 16, you don't recall the name. Which would make sense because his name isn't huge in the annals of history.
Yeah. Pass by name
I
or
mean,
by
it's the
trade.
law. It is, yeah.
Klep walks up to the door, takes some gold out of his coin purse, and goes,
I was gonna go.
Klep!
I was gonna try that. That's what I was gonna.
You offer your gold to the
Hell yeah, Henry.
And my name.
you offer your gold and your name to the door. Hilariously not an option I'd ever even considered.
Damn it! That's a good one though.
Really?
I was on the same page. I was gonna go there next.
No. You offer your gold to the door. The door does not open thanks to your gold.
Damn it!
Then he pulls.
Actually,
I was
it's
going to say
silver.
he pulls
to be clear,
an item.
it's silver coin. It's all silver coin.
Correct.
But yes.
He pulls just an item out. Utensils. He pulls his utensils out. His spoon. He pulls out one of his spoons.
Sure.
And offers it to the door.
Man.
Absolutely. Nothing happens, and at this point, having pulled out his tools to do so, Jairus goes, I think it doesn't mean by trade as in giving it something, but trade as in line of work. If this guy was a criminal, what line of work is that?
What?
Klep runs and
why
takes
put
something
us-
out of Jorn's pocket.
You want to roll against me on that one?
Sure.
Yeah, fucking roll off.
Yeah.
Why would you put a cryptic clue if the answer was just pick my fucking lock, you loser? Pick my fucking lock, you dirty criminal. You want in?
23
Jesus, for what?
for sleight of hand.
Oh, you actually
23.
did skill. Okay.
Fuck.
Yeah, man. It's gonna
He
try
It
to-
fits.
takes
I'm-
something from you. Yeah, he takes something
Okay,
from you.
no. Nope. I mean,
I'll even let you decide what it is. I don't care. It's just to open the door.
He's trying to
I have
steal
to
in front of
steal
the door.
something. Yeah.
all right. What do you want? What are you thinking you would steal off of me?
What
Like,
what would you have in your
immediately grab?
pockets?
In my
What
pockets?
does it have in its pockets?
Yes.
What's in its
does-
pockets?
What does it have in his
exactly.
pockets?
Actually, probably attached to my belt would be
A deck of
my-
cards.
Well, no, that would be in my pack. But on my belt, I would have my my lantern. My badges on my cloak. My
don't really
manacles would probably be hooked to my belt somewhere, and of
Pockets.
course
Do you not
my
have pockets?
Pockets.
no.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I take your cuffs, your manacles.
Okay.
Fine.
Hey, Jared, I don't know what you're waiting for, man, but like you could start at any time at this point. I don't.
Jairus just looking quizzically at the answer that Klep had come up with, goes shakes his head slightly. Oh yeah, right. And he takes his tools out, and he
I
goes.
like where his
behind-
head's at, honestly. I think it's outside of the box thinking, and we should reward it.
He takes his
It
tools
just
out,
didn't work this time.
and he goes to picking the lock.
Just saying, like,
He,
saying it's really. I'm with Clip a little bit. Like, why would you put a cryptic thing if it's just pick my lock? Like, who wouldn't just think of that?
While Jairus is picking the lock, Klep is holding up the manacles like to the door, like,
I put the manacles on Clip. He's a criminal. I promise you, it's true.
And Jorn, you're muted. But
Yeah.
when
I'm
it
gonna be
doesn't
searching my
work-
belt for the manacles. Be like, when the hell did he get those?
all right.
When it doesn't open, he just hands them back to Jorn.
No, I take him and I put him on Clip's wrist, like like he's a criminal.
Man, you can
I'm
never
a lawman.
plan. You
He's
can
a
never
criminal.
plan as a DM, as a GM. You can never plan.
For your
can
players.
Never plan. It's always some just crazy shit has happened. Anyways, so while you're doing that, he's going to work. He's got his tools out. He's picking the lock. He looks over at your fucking craziness and goes, "Oh fuck!" As something popped out of the lock and stabbed him. But it wasn't like a dagger. It was like something that was
Cuckoo
hard
bird.
to notice. Hard to notice.
Cuckoo clock.
He goes, "Oh fuck!"
Shit, you all right, buddy?
He goes, "No, I don't know. I think I got it though." And he pushes the door and it opens. He rubs his hand and he's not even really bleeding, but he goes, "It's open."
Oh, hold on, man. Like,
Yeah, something
if he-
feels fishy about that.
yeah, are you all right? Let me just do a little something for you. How much magic do I got to spare?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Did he take any damage?
Yeah, let's say 1 point.
Klep offers to suck on his finger and spit out the blood.
Gross.
It's definitely not directly on his finger, but it is on his
right.
hand.
Before we go, I'm gonna quickly look around. Is there like a berry bush around?
Am
Can
I
I
really that hurt
cast
still?
Nature's Remedy?
Shit.
Just make us good berries.
I am. That's why I'm asking for a berry bush.
I know. It's
Yeah,
not like
I feel
D&D where you could just good berries.
Yeah.
In D&D, you still need berries.
Technically, you need berries or nuts in D&D.
Oh,
You're supposed to
Yeah,
find them.
you
Yeah.
still need
Yeah.
them.
No,
It's
I
just
didn't
that
know
most druids have druidcraft and can make berries, like
Yeah.
at any point.
So you want to find a berry bush? Give me a luck check. It probably won't be crazy hard. Just give me a luck check. You can always just be unlucky. 18. Hey, you're not unlucky. You find a little berry bush of which you're pretty sure is not poisonous berries.
All right, I make 11 Nature's Bounty berries that can heal some things, and I give one to Jairus. He heals a D2 HP.
Sick, a D2.
All right, I'm gonna hold on to the rest of these.
Can you roll a D2 for me? I just don't want to pull out a coin.
Yeah.
Just roll a d6, odds and evens.
2. That's great, because according to my sheet, he had very low health points. I don't know when.
Oh.
I don't know what happened if I just didn't update it. But fuck. Very low. And I'm not going
Right.
to fucking fix it for my DMPC. I'll wait till we rest.
And after giving him, I mean, if he needs more, if he looks beat up, how's everybody looking? I got a bunch of them. I might as well use them right now while we can.
Oh yeah, these are the ones that only heal you from half health, or just heal you in general.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah, hold on. There might be a rule there. Let me.
I want to say
Yes,
it
and I'd love you.
was.
No,
I'd
I
love
do-
for you to
I do
read
remember there is a
specifically
rule
what
there.
they do. Yeah, I'd love for you to read specifically what they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me.
I think it was like 1d4.
It is
But
a D2.
it also is a full day's rations.
Yeah, so
So we can't
after
just like stack
8
up
hours,
on them.
they shrivel. Before shriveling, a single nut or berry will provide a medium or smaller creature with enough nourishment for a day. And if you're bloodied, you heal 1d2 HP. So who is under half their hit points?
Oh, definitely Jairus. So he takes that 1d2. According
Are you still under half your hit points?
Oh, yes. According to what I can see, according to what's written on my sheet, which granted might have just been a clerical error on my point, I'm hurt.
All right, you get another 2. You get another 2. You get another 2. Is that enough?
Okay, let's see. That's
Three more berries?
that's 6 in total.
Yeah. Plus the 2 you had before, so 8.
Yeah.
Klep is just over half.
then I can't
I
help
have
you with
I have over half. You can't help me either. Now,
That
can I
puts me
use?
at a little over half, but I'll just take the
Okay,
little
then
over
you're
half.
good.
Yeah.
Could I
Yeah,
could I use my
that's all I can do for you.
perceiving on whatever poked him?
It retracted back in the door. I'll tell you that right up front, but you can make an effort too.
Okay, I'm gonna yeah, because I have things and stuff. 18, 19.
19.
19.
I'm going to, you know what, with a 19, I'm going to give you this. You look at this and you can't really see the needle as it did retract, but you're a relatively smart man when it comes to this kind of, to some weird kind of shady shit because you grew up out here. And you think to the first thing that you think to yourself after looking at it is like, that's gotta be poisoned.
Okay. Luckily enough, I have a medicine kit with basic medicine and whatnot, and I also have the skill in medicine, which allows me to use it to try and treat
Absolutely.
technically a disease. Now, would that be considered a disease, or is it?
You may use it to try to treat this. I will ask you, do you have bandages and herbs in your medical kit?
Medical kit comes with 10 bandages and 10 charges of basic medicine, and I have not used it.
Fantastic.
And I have the medicine skill.
Fantastic. Go ahead. Go for it.
Okay. 18. Flat 18.
Okay. So as you look into it, it's so hard to decide what poison exactly this might be, because I'll give you a fun
I
fact.
give him a general antidote, basically.
Yeah, I'll give you a fun fact about the way poisons work in this game. They are all not instant. They take effect over time.
Correct. But the faster I treat it, probably the better. Maybe I'll at least dim the effects, if not anything.
Yeah, absolutely. So you apply your herbs and the bandage, and at this stage, you know that if he shows any symptoms, you should do it again. That's what you know.
Okay.
Side note, Jay, you had leftover berries, right?
I have 7. Yes.
7 left over?
Yeah. I rolled really good.
Hey, do you think I could have some of those berries? I mean, I know they won't help now, but, you know, they last 8 hours.
I give everybody 2 to hold on to.
Okay.
I hold on to 1.
Jairus puts it in his pocketed cloak. All right.
They only last 8 hours, so, you know, eat them before they go bad. Real quick, we should get in there. We should get out of this woods. We don't know if them centaurs are going to find us or nothing, so, like, maybe we should get in there.
Let me jump in as the Mythcrafter for a moment. Once the door is open, it opens into a dark, cool room that feels open, which is only lit by the available daylight outside. Now you're in the very beginning of the evening, I would say, because you found it so quickly. You left early in the day. You had some complications along the way. You were like probably in the mid to late afternoon when you were in that battle. So here you're in the very, very beginning of the evening. So there's some light that shines through the door, but that is the only available light. I have asked prior to this. I know none of you have dark vision.
I think Clip does.
No, you don't.
I thought Clippin did.
Only if you took it. Only if you took it.
Oh.
You instead chose to take the ability to fall from heights and be okay.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I took Buffer Fall.
I have torches and a lamp.
I was going to say, Clip lights a torch.
Okay.
Yeah. I light my lamp. Now, will I ask you for creative sense on this to be able to like hook it on my shield while I'm walking? Like, I know I won't be able to use it in battle, but kind of like hook it on there while I'm walking. And then if in battle, I'd have to drop it.
I will give you creative license to be able to find a way to kind of jerry rig it onto your shield. It is obviously not on there good, as you've just discussed, but it's on there good enough that you can just kind of hold up your shield and it points
walk.
light. Yes.
Okay.
Jairus, after being treated, he looks at the open door and he goes, "Whoever wishes to go in first, I think I've already taken enough risk for myself."
Clep, without hesitation, walks in.
Fantastic. Clap.
Torch in
Brave or
hand.
stupid. Brave or stupid. Jury's still out. Follow.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. Let's.
I follow on Clep.
Yeah,
What's your ref?
that's right, chat.
What's your ref?
Oh,
My reflex 14.
Okay, rolling a dice.
Way better than mine.
You got a little unlucky. You take one step and step on a pressure spike trap. Take, how much damage did I say I was going to give this?
Is
Did I
that
write
considered a
down?
reaction?
That's me attacking your reaction. That's how this game works.
Well, because I have something that gives me or gives other things and people -2 to reactions against me.
It's not technically a reaction.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah,
No,
so
no,
if
no.
you-
weird.
He's attacking your reflex, but it is not a attack.
I get that.
Weird
Yeah,
wording.
yeah. I didn't write it down, so I'll give you a D6.
He
Actually,
takes
I'll be
one
nice.
step in. We hear snap, Ah! and I go stupid.
You hear shunk
Yeah.
and stabbing through his foot for a astonishing 1 point of damage on the D4. You got lucky there. You hit the pressure spike trap right at the
Don't
entrance.
forget your berries.
Still can't use them. That I'm one over middle health.
Well, oh shit. Oh god damn it. Oh, fuck.
Clip steps on this trap and the spike hits his foot. Ow! Who puts spikes on their floors?
I don't think whoever built this place, I don't think they're welcoming.
Who throws their shoe? Honestly.
I'm gonna push. I'm standing just behind Clep. He's literally in the fucking doorway. I'm gonna push the door all the way open, and I want to look around inside.
Absolutely. Now that the trap has been seen, you know exactly where it is. You can avoid this pressure trap. It's not incredibly hard to do. You shine your light in. You see mind you, this will look like just a doorway. The door opens to not just a doorway, just to make the picture more clear. It opens and now there's a room on the other side of what this doorway was. In this room, as you shine the light around, the first thing you see, it opens to a relatively big open room that has bookcases in it. You can be somewhat certain that you've made it in to the place you're trying to go, because this does resemble a library.
All right.
It's kind of like the foyer, you would say.
Are you all right? You
Sort of.
pinned down. Do not step any further forward, Clep. Hold on.
I was just gonna say, Clep actually did continue right after, so I'll say I got a couple steps because that's Clep's nature. He's just gonna go ow, and then kind of like keep walking.
Can I reach out to grab him?
Yeah,
stop him from
roll
moving
against his
further.
reflex.
Okay. Fuck, not that
Yeah,
one.
I'm
That's his
not.
good one.
I'm not actively gonna roll against it
Yeah,
because
that's
Clep
why we're
wouldn't like
rolling
try
it.
and stop you.
Right.
Well,
You're also
that's what
distracted by
rolling
the pin in your foot.
What would I be adding to that?
Just your reflex.
Yeah,
Right?
you can add
My
your dexterity to
Or
it. You can add your
dexterity,
dexterity to it against his
I
reflex.
would rather not add my dexterity to it. If that's
Sure.
Yeah, same.
Do you, then you can make a flat
do you,
roll.
do you
I'll
have anything
allow
like
it.
athletics? Maybe?
11.
11.
I don't.
What's his reflex?
14.
14. Yes, we already discussed that. No, you don't. You don't
Oh,
stop.
god damn it.
You're like-
He's like just out of my.
Yeah, the whiff.
He
So-
takes several steps forward. He's fine.
Okay.
Jairus looks down at the trap and he goes, "Well,
What did we
the
learn?
door did say by trade, so one can assume if you knew what the fuck you were doing, you would maybe look for these sort of things, as typically in the line of work of thieves and criminals, you're used to the idea of things being protected.
I mean, but you trade to have spikes on your floor? That seems like a really poor trade in my book.
Trade is not what it...
I roll a 17 to do perception to make sure I don't step on anything as I walk in and kind of set my hand on Klep's shoulder and be like,
Sure.
just try and
You're gonna lean all the way down to put your hand on my shoulder.
No, remember, you may be short. My hand can probably reach your shoulder all the way down. Just be like, just kind of pat you on the shoulder.
You're like half his height, not like much less than half his height.
2.5 feet? I thought he was like 7 foot.
No,
I'm
he's
6'4".
He's like 6 foot.
We're
Okay.
So this is a weirdly inviting and not, right? The whole by trade implying that like maybe thieves should come in here and then really punishing you for doing it. Is it safe to step inside?
Correction, punishing you for doing it wrong.
I mean, as long as we don't see any more plates like that, possibly just keep your eyes where you're walking and maybe don't open doors without checking them.
I rolled earlier, and I am going to honor the fact that I did roll, and I only rolled a 12 awareness to look around if there's other traps nearby.
With a 12 awareness, you don't see any other traps. But
Yeah.
Jordan had also rolled.
Alright.
He rolled higher. He doesn't see any visible past the entrance.
Can we go in?
Can Klep smell any traps?
Again, walking directly behind me, missing that one spot.
Really? Really, Jairus? Jairus peeks his head in the door. He looks around, and he goes, "No, we're good." And he hops over the little trap, and with the
Immediately steps in another one.
nope, he's so confident. He's so confident for a good reason. Hops over the trap.
So glad. So
Yeah.
happy for that.
Yeah,
Within
he
a
rolled.
4.
What a weird nat 20 to roll.
He sees
I
everything.
mean, it's a
His
good one.
his
It's a good nat 20 to roll.
It is.
Finding nothing is the best time for a nat 20,
his
okay?
fiend blood eyes see everything. There we go. That's what I was looking for.
All right. All right. In the
He
interest of
fucking
not
sees the shit.
running into some nasty things, you mind all giving me a minute? After we all step over the threshold, I'm going to reach down onto a couple of the fucking floor tiles or whatever. I'm going to scratch out a quick little circle. I'm going to pull out my candle, light it, blow it out, and I'm going to use primal awareness to detect if there are any Fae. It's learn whether or not primal magic has been used in the last 7 days, as well as if a creature with the Fae tag has been present.
Okay. You
Within
do
a
your how
mile.
long does your ritual take?
1 minute.
Okay. You do it in that 1 minute's time. You kind of sit there and focus, and you do not sense any primal magic, nor do you sense the presence of any Fae in this room. Now, outside in the forest, who the fuck knows?
A mile.
You might. So outside, definitely there'd been primal magic at some point in the last 7 days. It doesn't tell you, it doesn't say you know exactly what happened, but you can assume it's a big fucking forest and you've already met magical creatures there, so that's not shocking to you.
Yeah. I'm
They're
more
like-
worried about the building.
But in this room,
Place seems pretty safe from primal stuff, at least.
Hey, before we go any further, how much time do we have? Would you guys mind if I did a ritual?
Chaos Child. Yeah, because there's a dragon sitting in the center of the library growling at you.
I would love. I did so much planning today, Chaos Child. I would love to have put you in there, but I have so many other things planned. I
I don't like that. We haven't found them all yet. I feel like we've been on a good roll.
I mean, we could take a rest inside the front of the library.
What do you
Yes,
guys-
I actually, because Klep is recommending you guys let him do his Child of Darkness ritual before going any further, because it will be beneficial.
Cool. How long does that take? What does it mean?
It's the one that makes me look all spooky, and it takes like 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, but it
No, that
allows
sounds
me to
good.
be okay.
Everybody walks in at this point. I want to make that clear. Everybody has walked in.
Yeah.
And
Everybody's
I,
walked in.
I also wanted to preface, I now check the back of the door to see if there's any type of mechanism to let us out
That's yeah.
in case the
Absolutely.
door.
Oh,
Absolutely. You check the back of the door. You start the action of closing it without closing it all the way because you're obviously, this is your big concern. You do notice that you can definitely go out easily. As one would assume, locks are
Barring
meant to
magic.
keep things out, not keep things in. And in this situation, they're not trying to keep you in.
Correct. Barring magic or other things randomly that I wouldn't be looking for, but it looks like the
There's-
door is
yes.
operable.
Yes.
there's neon signs with arrows that say, "Don't worry, we're not pulling any shady shit."
All right. Anyone
I didn't
who
say
might
that,
still
but-
who might be bloodied at this
Yes.
point
Yes, I know exactly how you said that.
gains.
It doesn't matter. We're getting a short rest anyway.
You only get 1/4 of your HP if you're bloodied, and it can't go above the bloodied condition.
Correct. Look at you.
That's if
knowing
you
the
only do
rules.
that. We could take a full long rest since we are here now, and we could take the time.
Actually,
to
yeah.
Search
The
this.
I support that.
The wind blows through the door because you've left it open. I just want to make that. I only say that because, like, that's setting the scene.
So I have mixed feelings about this place, right? If we close that door and we open it, are we going to be in the same place that we found it when we open the door again?
It's possible it could move while we're in it.
Jared shrugs.
Should we close it? It's safer if we
Given
close
that
it.
clip, and Winston comes in.
Sure. The dog comes in.
Yes, avoiding the trap.
Yeah, I was going to say, how smart
He's
do
a,
you
he's a
think
train.
that dog is?
He's a trained dog, so he would be able to come when called.
Yeah, no, absolutely. But does the dog, the trap resets? They know where the trap is. It's
Oh.
a pressure trap. It's
I'm
a
saying
pressure
clip.
trap.
Clip actively would have made sure he didn't step on it.
That's what I'm asking. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. Your dog doesn't step on the pressure spike trap.
So we now
How
have the
big is the
dilemma
pressure
whether
spike? The pressure plate.
Size of a welcome mat.
Oh, so big. Okay.
so
Big enough
bar
that if you stepped in the door, you're going to
very
get hit by
very
it. But
again
you could easily jump
chaos
over it.
chaos brings
Sounds
up a
about
good
foot.
point in chat, but we now have the dilemma whether to close the door
Yeah.
and chance it or leave the door open for somebody else to follow us inside.
Close
Because
that.
remember,
That is the
we-
The
dilemma.
reverse
we
reverse
have-
adventurer. Normally, it's just how do you open the door. Now it's do we close the door?
I honestly,
I told you
guys,
it was going to be fun
I-
tonight, boys.
I think it's a good idea because even if we move, we can always find our way back. And if we don't, we'll find a cool loot or some other cool stuff until we have to find our way back.
DM, is the door big enough for us to fit the cart and the tortoise through and the horse?
It is a big door. It is not big enough to fit a fucking cart through. The tortoise, honestly, probably not either, because I assume the tortoise is about as wide as the cart is.
Yeah, it was. We talked about it being a big thing.
So
And
have
that's the
any-
only reason I called Winston in and nothing else.
Do we have any way to disguise said stuff or whatnot
would-
in case the worst happens?
I would absolutely,
eat, man.
I would absolutely let you attempt that, and I would let you pitch whatever you want because, like, yes, that is possible for you to do. Tell me what skill you think you can apply, and 100%, I'm fucking with it. Roll it and see how good you do.
Well, the best I have is scavenging. I'd be able to try to scavenge enough branches to possibly build like kind of like I don't know, maybe like a
Okay.
little lean-to or something for the horse.
Clip can roll disguising.
Disguising could work. I like disguising. Anybody else want to make a pitch for a roll here to help hide this stuff?
No, that's all I got.
Not
Hi,
for
Kitty.
me. No.
Kenny.
Hey, Kenny. Long time no see.
Yeah, I turned it 90 degrees.
This
Does it
chat's
fit?
about to go off.
That's all you do. All you needed to do. You turn the whole cart 90 degrees. It totally fits.
Right.
He taps it and he ends his turn.
Yeah, I don't. No. I tap this card and put this trap card face down, and in my turn.
Yes. Fuck, man. Maybe we should keep the door. Maybe we should just keep the door a little open.
Clip is rolling to disguise the cart.
Disguise
And
away.
oh boy, he put neon signs on it.
That bad, huh? Club rolls to
Yeah.
disguise the cart. he puts like
I've got it. I've got it. He puts a sign next to it that says,
Not a cart. Not a cart.
"No, property of the king. Do not touch."
Okay, no, that's funny.
that's
There is no king nearby, but
there's
yeah,
no
that
king.
works.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's as good
I
as it's
love
gonna
your
get in there.
cartoony antics. Can we go with something that would make a little bit more sense than you building a sign to put in the ground? I appreciate that you slightly resemble a Rocket Raccoon or Bugs Bunny-esque character, but just for the sake
You
of
just
the
gotta lean
mythos.
into the fiction, man.
We should definitely roll that one again. You could do it multiple times.
Guys, I love where your head's at, but literally, there's 3 or 4 animals. What are you gonna do in a few hours? They're gonna want, if we don't come back right away, they're gone. Like they're gonna starve or they're gonna wander off. You can't hide this shit. Let's just keep the door open a bit and get on with it.
Honestly, I'd say close the door. I don't want anybody getting in behind us.
I agree. I think we close the door.
Both are
I'll
very
sleep with
valid
the cart.
points.
I'll watch the animals.
You're gonna stay outside.
By yourself.
I'll turn to stone
How
when I'm
about-
asleep, guys.
Fair enough.
How about this? I have a good idea. Let's split the party.
That's
Two
what
of us
he
stay
just
with the
said.
cart.
That's what he just said.
Oh,
Well,
sorry.
the flip side is you give away all the goods that we spent our hard-earned money on because we're going to teleport hundreds of miles away. So would you rather leave somebody with the cart or not?
Cleb starts doing his ritual.
I found where this area was once. I could probably find it again. If you guys end up somewhere else, I could find you. Maybe. I don't know.
Full disclosure, I expected some discourse about this open door, closed door thing. I did not expect it to lead to Jay, the longtime DM, saying, I'll stay outside.
I've also said don't shut the fucking door.
Kenny, we do, because the DM is also playing a character, so we do have 4.
Oh no, yeah, I was just gonna say we do have 4 and 4, or we have 2 and 2.
At this point in time, I would rather lose everything outside than lose one of the party members.
Maybe we just get it done then, and we don't fucking rest. I don't
Let's
like
go. Then let's go and close the door.
All right, that's the thing I'm trying to avoid. Why? How big does this place look? Is one big room library? No, there's more to it.
You don't know. You just walked in. What do you? How big is it?
You
look?
said there's already
We're in,
library. Like
we're in basically the foyer that it has bookshelves.
You
Okay.
see bookshelves.
There
you
are
don't
other
know
doors?
exactly how far back it goes. It's a pretty
Oh, okay.
decent room you're in.
it's big. Okay.
It's a pretty
Foyer
decent sized
or
room.
the
Let's say from what you can tell based on the way your light sheds, if we
All right, hold- Well, before we shut the door, I go back to my turtle and I talk to it because it's fucking telepathic.
sure,
Mm-hmm.
you can 100% do that
And you can talk to the horse too.
if you want it.
Yeah, I talk to the animals and I give them. I can roll handle animal if you want, or was it animal handle? Yeah,
You
animal
give him
handling.
the old yeller treatment.
But I can
Run
also
away, I
talk
don't
to
love
them
you.
all in some manner or way, and I go, if we aren't back in 24 hours, go back the way we came back to town. Someone will feed you and take care of you, all right?
So the other animals are not quite smart enough to fully process this, but you bought a turtle, and as we found out, turtles in this game pretty fucking smart. So that turtle in your head goes, oh,
They only have an
yeah,
intelligence of
I
2.
can handle that.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, wait, no, that's
man.
actually a lot in this game. Yeah.
No big deal. I'll
Does
try
he-
to keep the other members of our party here in tow.
Because we could just tie the freaking
I put my head to the
Horse, the
turtle's
horse.
head.
Hmm?
You're safe.
Again.
You better.
damn it.
And I go back in. All right, shut the door. And the whole time I'm making eye contact with Acord and Susu.
How much?
Closes.
Acord looks at you. Susu, in the ground. Don't give a shit about you.
Rooting for mushrooms. I know.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back. He's gonna have some truffles. Oh, I'm so
Fuck
excited.
yeah.
Yeah.
How-
he will
how
eat
deep in
those
the
truffles.
ritual?
That's what pigs
Yes,
do.
absolutely.
I mean, but he might have found some and left some. He just, But
So
yes,
do you
truffles
hold
like-
on? You started the ritual while all this is happening, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, I started it a while ago.
There's no reason
So-
you couldn't have.
Absolutely. So just to establish, all of this takes approximately 30 minutes. All this back and forth. You're doing the ritual and discussing it. Takes approximately 30 minutes. You still have an hour and a half of your ritual. Do you wish to continue? As they just said, maybe let's rush.
I do. I wish
Okay.
to continue.
So,
It's going to be up to you guys because Klep isn't going to interact because he's doing his ritual.
So at this point in time, if we're not going to bother him, Jordan is going to choose to start searching, being very careful, by the way, perceiving. I will roll it if it need be, but for traps. But I will start searching within eye shot.
hey, listen, bud. I'm not going to tell you if anything need be. You do what you think is right.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very, very carefully searching, just kind of within eye shot, so I can still see people.
Yeah, absolutely. You start exploring this room. This room is probably, I'm going to say, as you start exploring with your light shedding, it's probably like 50 or 60 feet long, maybe 40 feet wide. It's a pretty decent sized room. It's got, as you start looking through it, you see right at the beginning, there's 4 bookshelves in a line that you would walk through straight.
Mm-hmm.
As you make your way through the 4 bookshelves, you find a small table with 1 chair and an unlit hooded lantern on it. On every side of it are 4 more bookshelves, all looking like they lead to the table in the center.
So it's a crossways.
Correct.
Okay.
These are relatively large bookshelves.
I'm gonna look back at the party as I get to this, and I'm gonna be like, honestly, I wouldn't touch anything unless absolutely necessary, just in case. And I kind of I'm looking at everything with a scathing eye this whole time, I don't trust anything right now. After the trap and the door, I'm like, nope, don't like it. It's not just a turtle; it's a turtle.
He was saying that if it was a familiar, so I'm saying no, it's just an animal. It's just a turtle.
Fair enough. So
It's a turtle that can eventually travel into space.
as you walk off,
That's not just a rock. It's a rock.
it's not a boulder, it's a rock.
Oh yeah, it's not a boulder. It's a rock.
The boulder is no longer conflicted. Anyways,
I like that boulder. It's a nice boulder.
so you see this as you walk off and start kind of looking at things. Jarrus looks at Gall, who's currently not present. Jameson is currently not present. He looks at Gall and he goes, "So, are we gonna leave him to just fiddle about here and move around this library,
It's a
or
raven.
do we wait? What are your thoughts here?" And then he's just gonna wait for magically Gall to answer that. Meanwhile, you've gotten the layout, Jordan. You understand this room. Furthermore, how much are you? You said you just kind of wanted to see. Right now, I'm putting you at that table. Do you wish to explore the boundaries as well?
I'm kind of circling the table, looking down each way, but I'm not traveling out of eyesight of eye shot of my friends. I'm within sprinting distance of getting back.
So we're gonna do this as it were a compass rose. To the south is the entrance. As you make it to the table, moving north, and you walk around the table, you see to the west is a hall that you can clearly see the hall, but you can't see too far down it from where you're at. But you can see there's sort of a doorway and a hallway, or an entryway that is a hall. To the east, you see another one. To the north, you don't see anything.
It's too dark. Can't see anything down that way.
You can with the others, you can just barely make out a hall. Here, you can't. You don't know if that means there's nothing there, or if you just can't see it. But
If I may, I think I understand. Like, it's just continued bookshelves and whatnot. You can't even see a wall, so you don't know if there's a hall.
that's sort of, but not really.
You can't see the end of the room.
You can see just barely the edge of the bookshelves. You can see some semblance of a wall, but you cannot be certain if there is a hall or anything there from where you're at. They're all about equidistant away from the center. So if you can see all of the bookshelves, you don't see more bookshelves. I'll give you that. You don't see another line of bookshelves going to the north.
So north to south, or south to north, is much longer than it is east to west when I can see.
Yes,
so far.
it is.
So
it
to
is-
the end of my sight. I mean, so okay,
Right.
all right.
But again, you don't see another set of bookshelves. You would kind of see the transition to another set. You don't see that. So you can assume easily that, like, if all these bookshelves are about the same size, which they appear to be, that there's something past those bookshelves, but you're not entirely certain what.
Sorry, I don't promise that won't happen again. But Gaul, who's been perusing the bookshelves and looking at the things, finally turns to Jarrus. Did you say something?
All right. Have you actually been perusing the bookshelves? Do you want to know what you see in these first
That is
bookshelves?
what my character has been doing, but really I'm having little tummy issues and I might run back. But just
That's fair. That is absolutely fair. I was just wondering if you wanted to leave the little guy here while we looked around, because he's pretty occupied.
I mean, honestly, that's the safest he's gonna be for the next. I mean, after 2 hours, you know him. He's gonna get into some shit. Hopefully, whatever he's doing is gonna help. In the meantime, we can get some information, get our own little rest in. We don't have to do an 8, but you know.
Sounds
Do you
good.
think this is the Dewey Decimal System?
I don't know. I don't know this Dewey you talk about.
Leroy Jenkins.
That being said,
As
I am
that
trying to
finishes.
figure out if the books are
Oh,
organized.
you're so far away from finished, bud. You're like at
I know.
40 minutes.
I know.
Yeah.
There is a system of organization. You can decipher this. And actually, if you're looking through the books, you actually see that this first set of books is about traps. So if you choose to do a little awareness check, you can kind of look through the books, and
Well, while he's doing that, I'm going to respond to chat and say, "Hey, Kenny, welcome to the League of Draven."
you can do a perceiving, absolutely.
that's going to be the 19.
Hold on, I have to do some quick math in my brain. Give me a second.
13.
That's another good one.
All right, so you did what, 19?
19.
19, absolutely. As you're looking through, you find multiple books on traps of different kinds. You find things that are useful. Some stuff not necessarily in a language you can read, but luckily enough, there is stuff in a language you can read. As you're just kind of looking for what you can recognize, you are able to pull a book out that one lets you know, that gives you a little bit of insight on the trap that you would actually run into. It's a poison needle trap set on locks, typically meant to dissuade the picking of the lock. You know it could be any number of poisons, though what is stated here as a common poison is nightshade. And you know that nightshade can absolutely be deadly, but there's also a chance it's not. Luckily enough, you have provided treatment for it. So he may not need more treatment. And again, what you basically read there is like, hey,
We'll just keep an eye out on.
keep an eye for...
If we bring him outside into the sun and then cover it, would the sunshade cure it?
You asked for
since I
this.
know
Hey,
the-
remember when you said, I'd like more unhinged? This
Yeah.
is
No,
what
I
you've
thought-
gotten.
Hold on, because I have one almost as bad. It's nighttime, daytime.
Nighttime,
Down.
daytime,
Words are written.
nighttime, daytime. You find this
that
book.
bird.
I will say this book allows you to have a bit more knowledge about traps, therefore making it a little easier to recognize them in the future. That's that's what you get from this book. It's not specifically this trap, but just doing some research gives you gives you that.
It's just a GM gift.
Yeah.
So, do I
takes
gather
you-
from this, like, if I go to a certain direction, does it go from traps to what's the next section?
If you keep moving through them, which direction do you go? North? Do you keep going north? Do you go west or east?
I go the same direction Jorn went.
Jorn just made it to the center where there's a small table with one chair and a hooded lantern unlit.
Okay. I don't.
You clearly recognize that, like, this was. I'll give you this for free because you're not you're a relatively smart man, all things considered, I guess. You can say, like, oh, this is a library, and this is where obviously he doesn't expect a lot of people to be here, probably just one or two, if not just himself. So this is where you would pull a book, read the book, then take the book back, right? Like, that's a easy conclusion to draw.
Yeah.
Also,
I go
in the time
I go
it
west.
took
I
for
just want
that-
to see what the next section is about.
Yeah, absolutely. You go west, you see what the next section is about. The next section, through just a quick peruse, is about locks. Locks and lockpicking.
All right. So not alphabetical. Top.
I was gonna inspect the table a little bit more closely, and then also, like, kind of shine my light on the books that are directly surrounding, that are closest to the table, or if there's anything on the table other than, because you did say it was a table, but if anybody had left anything there.
Nobody had left anything on the books or on the table. Clearly, the books had been reshelved. It is just it. If you look around, you just see books. If you look at the books, you'll see that to the south is books on traps in different over however much time those have been collected in different varieties and so on and so forth.
Sorry.
You look to the west, you see, if you're looking into the books, you see it is books on, what did I say, lockpicking. If you look to the north, it's books on concealment. Actually, sorry, east is lockpicking. Sorry, I gotta get this organized in my brain. East is lockpicking, north is concealment, west is actually books on how do I put this into words? It's books on, like, on basically, yes, skullduggery. It's basically books on the sort of concealment of information, right? This is maybe stuff that you might find, like blackmail or
Ciphers or something like that.
right, blackmail, ciphers, these types of things. It's
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I would recognize what these were, but I wouldn't know a whole lot about them.
This guy's got a
and that's
very particular taste in books.
You're not looking through them too heavily. That's just at a glance. You're like, this seems to be what this is about based on the 2 or 3 I see, blah, blah, blah. In this time, because the both of you are kind of looking around, approximately 30 more minutes has passed.
I pick a book in the time that to finish his
30 minutes
ritual.
has
I
passed.
read one of the books on the concealment of information that's in my language.
You wish to take the entire time? He's there for
That I'm
2
waiting
hours,
for
to be
him.
clear. So he was.
I mean, you said some time has gone by, so like an hour left, right?
Right. So he did. It was a half an hour before everybody decided to close the door and all that stuff. And then you want to take the other
Whatever's
hour
left.
and a half. Okay, so the other hour and a half. Pardon me while I'm just trying to keep track of all the things. You know what I'm saying? All right. So yeah, you take the hour and a half. That leaves you reading the book on concealment. You learn how to decipher things like secret doors a little better, how to decipher things, how to
written in code.
That's definitely things that are written in code to some degree, but like that's more for the hiding of information. This is more like secret doors, better ways to hide things in plain sight, as well as hiding where to put things. You know what I'm saying? It's all this sort of stuff that you would need to know if you were trying to keep something hidden in general, right? What it will give you is it'll give you a little insight into, if you take one of these books with you, it will give you a little plus to finding things that are concealed on purpose.
I'm not sure if I'm going to take it with me or not yet, but I am reading it for now.
You are reading it and you're learning about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
afraid to take shit right now.
Yeah, I'm doing a super slow circuit around this table, just kind of looking at things, keeping my eye out.
He took a book and he sat and he started reading.
Yeah.
So
I just sat at the table.
Your super slow circuit is like you've still got like another hour of just like him sitting at that table. What do you wish to do in that hour? I'll tell you that, as per usual, Jairus comes and joins you, and he's just like looking around with you. He's like, is it interesting?
Yeah, I want to look at him and go, somebody certainly plied the trade. Making a kind of like a little joke at the same time of it. I'm like, somebody certainly plied their trade.
Do you guys,
Clearly he was a legendary man.
do you guys think that, like, it's not, no offense, Jairus, but like reading doesn't seem like thieves' cup of tea usually. This is a strange guy, huh?
Jairus kind of looks at you slightly offended. He goes, we're not all thugs, you know. Some of us actually have a trade we ply. These are skills I work on. How do you learn skills?
And this is the first time I've ever seen a book on pickpocketing, and I hold one up.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn to him. I'm gonna turn to him and say, I mean, even think about it. What was the boss's name? Crime boss's name in the last city?
Felsen.
Felsen.
Felsen
West got to where he did just off experience alone.
Most people write down crimes,
but he's was a very intelligent person, at least from what I could tell.
Which is why you would keep all the information about crime that you've written down in a library that most people can't fucking find.
Point made and heard. All right. I continue reading my book.
I look at Jairus, I'm like,
You enter by trade. By the sounds of it, you've earned this knowledge.
any of this interest you particularly?
Some of it, yeah.
I gained 1 point in economics because I'm learning all this crime.
I'm gonna tempt fate here just a little bit, and because he's probably struggling. Hold on, he's probably struggling to read. I'm going to attempt to light the lantern on the table.
Yeah, I mean, if he would be if he was holding a torch and trying to read, which is just also not a smart move. But I would also think that maybe he was smart enough to light the lantern.
Go
but
ahead
he didn't
and
say
go
it.
on record and say Chaos Child is mad that we have a torch in the book in the library.
Oh yeah, there's. By the way, on the walls, I didn't mention this. Let me mention this now. This is on me. On the walls, there are hooded sconces for this type of thing that keep the books safe, because you're in a fucking library.
And so we can light our way, technically, as we go.
You can light the sconces, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
You have your hooded lantern, so you're not so worried, but it's, if I remember correctly, Gaul just lit a torch.
Yeah, I'm not wielding a torch. I'm wielding a hooded lantern. Okay, I'm going to be as careful as possible.
You've been having a hard time then. This has been
difficult. I can't promise that this won't happen, Chaos, but if shit hits the fan, I can't promise that things might go wrong. Yeah,
trigger warning.
Yeah, I apologize.
The sconces are on the walls, so you have to start walking the walls to light.
If I happen to roll in that one whilst wielding my hooded lantern and it happens to go flying into the bookshelf, I'm sorry. That's the roll of the dice. Right. That's not my fault.
So,
do you want to establish that you went around lighting the sconces on the wall? Let me just talk.
No, not specifically. Again,
okay.
I'm only lighting where we are right now.
Got it.
I'm only going to light as we go.
Right. So you light the single hooded lantern, which allows him to be able to have been reading this. I'm gonna kind of retcon some of this. You were reading to this one hooded lantern.
Yeah, I walked over and like lit it and then kept walking because we're kind of just doing a circuit waiting and just like looking at the books
Right.
and making sure
Keep in
nothing's
mind,
moving.
this room is dark
idly
if you don't have a
we're
light
idly
source.
talking. We're taking our hour rest or whatever. We're
Absolutely. You take your time. What in that time you've learned some stuff. I will say this. I'm going to go completely above board here. If you wish to take a book, you can use that book to learn a skill. You have to take the book. You cannot learn a skill in an hour's time.
yeah. I'm trying to decide if I want to.
I
I honestly, this particular one that I picked, I cannot. I'm currently looking at the skill list to see if there's anything.
I would also like to clarify: will that rule apply later into the library?
What do you mean?
If
We'll
I
find
find
it
a
in the
book and I decide with which to take it, would I be able to possibly learn said skill?
Absolutely. Any time you find something that is a book, there is knowledge there. And I think it is only fair that if you take that book, you can gain that knowledge. But
There'd be a roll in time and so on and so forth.
Right. It would just be over time. I don't think it's fair for you to be like, I get a plus in this skill because I read a book for an hour and a half. Like that seems too much to me.
No. I get you.
But we could eventually learn a skill faster than quote unquote leveling up, and that's just betting. You know, we can
Right,
actually
yes, of
learn that
course.
skill.
Yes, you can actually learn that
Clip
skill.
leaves, comes back with a bag of holding, and puts all of the books.
All right. So, hey, Clep, what are you doing? I turned to Clep. What does Clep look like now?
Well, it depends. Is he done with the ritual?
No, you still got like an hour.
Is it instant at the end of the 2 hours?
I think it's. I imagine it being gradual at the end, like the last 30 seconds.
You turn.
So
Yeah.
on record, they're just sitting there waiting. So you can be over with this whenever you're done. You're reading your books. As I told you, you can also here's another thing I didn't tell you. If you take that book right now and keep it with you, you can reference it along the way. You have to keep it with you. There's too much going on for you to just be like, I hold this.
Next. Yeah, I take a book on ciphering for now, and I may bring it with me, but I'm waiting to see how things progress. I don't know what Klep's doing. I don't know. We're waiting for Klep, and I don't really know what Klep gets out of this. So I'm waiting for that to resolve.
So I will allow that to resolve now. Klep, you have finished your ritual. It has been an hour and a half since the door was closed. Klep, you have finished your ritual. It's been an hour and a half since the door closed. Tell me what it looks like as your ritual finishes.
So as Klep's ritual finishes, he's just sitting there, cross-legged, much like I am now, just kind of head down.
Not like we know you're sitting cross-legged. Go on.
That's why I'm saying I'm cross-legged right now.
Crisscross applesauce.
in his
Cross
office chair. I love it.
But head down, just kind of resting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it looks like he's resting. And then as he's finishing the ritual, his fur that you can see slowly from his eyes stay the dark circles that they are, but it slowly just everything starts going from whatever color it was into a gray, into a white, and the black pools remain, and it is like a transition from black to gray to white throughout the rest of his body, and almost to an extent takes the form, Kenny will get this, of the Warwick Frost skin almost, just of his stature, his gangly nature, obviously shrunk down, but his extremities extend a little bit, and he gets just a little bit larger in size. His fingertips start just extending, but it's not the flesh that's extending, it's the actual bones that are extending and turning into claws coming out of his hands.
Yeah, that hurts.
Yeah.
Owie.
Gaul is focusing on the book, but is watching this out of the corner of his eye, and he just shakes his head. He's not happy with any of it.
Yeah. So Jordan is purposely not paying attention.
at
This
this
magic
point,
thing is kind of like,
At this point, Jordan has been just looking around for so long that Jairus has stopped going with him because it's like, well, you're not really even going anywhere. And he's leaning up against one of the bookshelves and he goes, at some point, we should probably look for what we came here for.
And at that
that's
point,
kind of the plan. But I
Clip-
point over my shoulder like,
Clip stands up and like almost as if he's like trying to adjust to his new body, kind of just does general motions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
he's
And
strange.
puts
I will
his
say-
torch and candles out.
I will say that catch your breath is the short rest, and part of catching your breath, you do get 1 hit point from that. Do we all get a hit point back?
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Get a hit point.
Every little bit
Um,
counts, right?
Get a hit point.
Yeah.
For 5 minutes,
I-
it says you get 1 hit point, and you get no or death point stop or whatever the hell. But,
Yeah.
So
Well, if it's only for 5 minutes, then we should be full health.
That
I-
is
no,
added.
no,
No,
that's
that
not
is
work.
added
No.
to the next one. So it's catch your breath, recoup, and then take a rest.
yeah,
So it's the effects of
Okay.
catch your breath also were in recoup.
yeah.
Okay.
So you just get that 1 hit point.
it's fine.
Yeah.
So,
Clip puts out all of his lights because he now does have dark vision.
Fantastic.
Okay.
You put out your lights. Now
All right,
you can
Clip.
see in the dark. Nobody else can. So that's
You
somewhat useful.
look. So you start turning out the lights. So now you're gonna go off in the dark alone. Like last time you went off first, you did get stabbed in the foot.
I understand that. I see the situation ahead of us. And if anyone is going to have the ability to kind of just go through, it's going to be Jairus or I. And I'm a smaller target. So
Alright.
I can sneak around, be quiet. I don't need a light. I don't know if Jairus needs a light.
Oh no, I'll need a light for sure. But
Yeah, so
not
I
super worried.
I can
about
go
it.
off in the dark. So
Sure.
I can go ahead and scout ahead. I'll be careful. I'm paying attention now. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, at
And
this
hey,
point in time,
no open flames.
So, Jorn, what'd you see?
Well,
Is the room end, or does it keep going? How's that work?
to the left and right, there seems to be, from where we came, there seems to be 2 hallways, and then down the main, directly away from the entrance, I can't really see.
Which direction was Locks again?
Locks was to the east.
West.
East. I changed it. It was
Oh
east.
yeah, you.
East.
Yeah.
East. Well, if we're looking for the loot of tomes, Locks was east. I don't know if it's alphabetical, but it's my only clue.
Hey, that's good enough for me.
Clip is gonna go ahead and roll stealth now.
Sure. Yeah, sneaking is what you're rolling.
Correct. $18 plus 9, 27.
Fantastic. You are sneaky.
I will take the book with me. I've made my decision. And
What-
even though Jay is going to try to curtail being dangerous, Gall doesn't.
Which book do you take?
I'm going to take the book on ciphers. I think that's the most interesting one
Okay, ciphers. Got it.
to Gall.
Yeah, absolutely. You take a book on ciphers from the.
I cannot find a skill that is
West side.
equivalent, so maybe
Yeah, I look at the, I look back
I
at
will
the table,
tell
and
you
I'm
how
like,
it bonuses, what bonuses you can get from it.
Sure.
I will tell you.
I also look back at the table, and like, you might as well take the lantern for now as well. Be a good source of light.
yeah.
Yeah. Jairus reaches in his pack, grabs his lantern, goes, "I'll keep this out, but I'm not gonna light it just yet. You've got one." And he hooks it to his belt.
Yeah.
You know your business.
All right, so I guess I'll go down the Locks hallway if that's what Gall thinks is a good idea.
Yeah, keep an eye out for loot, spelled Lute, or maybe Loot. It seems like they didn't have the tightest of information. It seems
I
like there'd
will-
be a section on loot around here for these thieves. Loot.
17 for perceiving.
I didn't ask you to roll anything yet, but that's
I'm
fair.
looking for traps.
Ah, good. Smart move. You roll a 17 perceiving for traps.
The lantern is
I am going down the hallway by myself.
By yourself,
So
absolutely. And
We
I did
follow
say
him.
I'm not going to tell you to make every roll. So I just wanted to be a bit funny about it. So yeah, you roll 17 perceiving. You do not perceive any traps along the way. You do make it to the end of the hall, and the hallway tees out. You can either go left or you can go right. Or you could do neither and let your party know that the hallway tees out, as they apparently have not been following you down the hall, so they can't look down the hall with their light.
I'm following. I said I'm following.
Okay, well, if they're following, then you there's the light.
I let the light. I see what he's doing, and I give him just enough distance to be out of the light.
okay, then Klep beckons them, not making noise, but just if I'm just on the cusp of the light.
I
no,
check the
they don't
books
know.
on either side.
Once you're out of the light, it's very hard for them to see you because you're sneaking.
If he stops,
So-
we catch up. But I'm checking.
Right.
the
Yeah, if he
books.
And that's
stops,
exactly
yeah.
what
Say on
happens.
either
You stop
side.
at the end, you catch up, the light hits him, so now you can see him.
I'm checking the book titles as we walk past. Do they change?
No, they're all basically about the same thing here. It's all like the mastery of this art, lockpicking.
Amazing. There's this many books on.
You said it branches off
It's
left
in
and
many,
right.
many different languages. You can't tell that exactly all of them are that, but based on what you can tell,
Yeah.
Different types of law. Sorry. There's lots of different things in this world. I mean, again, I only recognize 2 or 3 of the languages.
I just thought that locks were locks. I never really thought about it.
Well, have you ever seen a lock like the one on the front door before?
Jairus looks at you and goes, "Again, this is like acquired skill. I feel nobody. Really
I'm just-
So
We've been
odd.
walking for a little bit. I know there are a lot of law books, but like, seems excessive.
Jeff,
To be
you said
good
it branches off left and right.
Correct.
Klep takes
Good
the right
night.
path because it's the right one to pick.
The correct path or the right path?
No, he picks the right path because it's the right path to pick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Klep goes off to the right. You go off to the right. It's a shorter hall that then turns to the left, opening up into a room. Do you walk into the room?
I am still going with my perception, correct? Or would you like me to roll again for it?
No, it holds. You have not
Okay.
perceived any versions of traps yet, but you're not walking.
Okay.
You didn't walk into the room either, because you've also stated that you're being very cautious.
I'm approaching the room.
Okay.
And if I don't perceive anything, would like to enter the room. But not so much that I'm out of the doorway, so that if something does happen, I can still pop back through.
Sure, absolutely. I will say that you guys, the rest of the
Should have
party,
brought the pig.
the rest of the party sees him go right. You cautiously follow, and you catch up to him with the light relatively quickly because it's not super long, and the light spreads a pretty decent distance. As you catch him just around the final turn and see the room, the light hits the room, and this room actually has some lights in it. These lights don't appear to be completely driven by flame. Do you walk? Are you at the edge of the doorway looking at the room? Correct.
I would say, so if this is the doorway right
Yes.
here,
I roll awareness.
how does it open? Like, does it open
is a
towards me or
doorway,
away from me?
Not a door. It is a doorway.
Archway.
Oh, okay, then I walked in.
Fantastic. You walk in.
I
You
was
look
thinking
around.
door.
No. It's the end of the hall. It is an entry.
Okay.
Oh, it's
okay.
straight open. Yeah, open
It's
into
an
the room.
open
Entry.
hallway. Got it.
Yes.
I roll perceiving. Is that cool?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey, yeah. As I make it to the archway as well, I also do.
Second bad roll. It's only 11.
I'm also I'm also going to be curious about these lights.
What's your addition with scent?
Oh, with scent.
Yes.
Oh, so regular perceiving is currently a 24.
Yeah.
Plus perceiving is a 26. Or sorry,
Plus-
28.
Plus scent is 28. So before you even get around the corner, you smell what you smell like a burner, but not like a light, like a burner in a different sort of way. And you are kind of almost assaulted by the many smells coming out of this room. It's like chemicals and herbs and even before he reaches that doorway, there's a lot going on in there.
And this room is currently lit, correct?
It is dimly lit, but it is lit.
Okay, lit. So I'm gonna turn down my lamp to save not off, but turn my lamp down to save oil, and kind of cover my nose with my forearm and go, oh, there's so much going on in this room.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
now for
You
Klep,
smell all 11 original herbs and spices.
Yeah, so I know all of them.
Dumb joke that you really fought for, bud.
I did.
So
Hey, I could have gone with Dr. Pepper's 23 flavors.
both
Yeah.
are dumb jokes.
That would be the best thing we could get out of this fucking place.
Dr. Pepper,
Fuck the loot.
barbecue soda.
So, Klep, because you're at the doorway, you see inside. This may as well be Greek to you because you're not a classically educated young man. All of this is beyond your comprehension, but for the sake of communicating what you see beakers and vials and tubes, and this is a place of science and alchemy. You do not really know that because you've probably never seen this type of place.
In layman's terms, you see glassware.
You see lots of glassware. You see what could be you see what are definitely burners that work in maybe a different way than you're used to see.
I will even one-up you guys with Klep's response. Klep is going to turn around and whisper to you guys,
Hey, it's a science or magic room.
That's right. I look up at Jordan. You fuck with this sort of sciencey forensic shit, right? Medicine?
Well, not magic per se, but yeah, medicine and alchemy a little bit. I've
I
dabbled.
don't see anything particularly magic yet.
Yeah. I mean, oh god, it's just so much. I'm still like wiping at my nose because like,
Oh yeah,
it's like walking through the perfume store and you're just like, oh.
Put your good berries in your nose.
If you've ever been in a real life lab, which is basically Jay, you know that sometimes that shit is just like, wow, all the stuff that's going on in here. Huh. Even for a regular human nose.
I'm happy that I don't work in microbiology and AFB. That one stank.
Mm-hmm.
It is correct. Labs are stinky.
Yeah, as per my being careful, I'm with that perceiving as well. Would I see anything that looked to be dangerous per se or trap like?
Not trap like, but dangerous for sure. Again, you've entered an area of, as you enter, do you have proficiency in alchemy? Do you have the alchemy skill?
I don't, but I do in medicine. So I would notice medical at least, which might lead into that a little bit, but
it does a little bit, absolutely. You look around and you're not certain by any means or measure, but based on your little scientific knowledge that is granted you by medicine, you can look around and be like, there's a lot going on in here, and it is easy to assume that this room could be very dangerous. This room is entirely made of stone, which you can assume means, hey, if something catches on fire, it's not going to go anywhere, right? Is that possible here? 10 out of 10, it's possible.
So at this point in time, I'm going to look at them and like, be careful, try not to touch a lot, but let's look to see if there's any notes or anything, maybe like any paperwork or anything that might give us some information.
And just to be above board, the reason Klep said magic and science is not because he specifically thinks there's specifically magic things here. He just associates science with magic. He thinks science is magic.
No, that's which I mean, realistically, yeah, no, that makes sense.
What's the difference? Honestly, I kind of feel like, despite me being fairly smart, it's not my thing either. So I'm like,
no, you're more the nature side.
Yeah.
What I will say is there are definitely herbs in here too. That's the kind of stuff you would recognize slightly more.
I have foraging as a skill. Can I apply that to this?
Absolutely.
I have scavenging, so I might be able to scavenge things to.
Hell yeah.
I will
help us
allow
along
you
the
to
way.
roll scavenging or medicine. Medicine will let you know things that directly equate to that. Scavenging will let you know, will let you kind of have a better chance of seeing what skill, or sorry, I can just look at it right here. Scavenging is a luck-based
And
skill.
Jay.
Okay.
Jay, you did specify to Clep loot LUTE is
Or
what you
both.
wanted
He
to
said
do?
both.
spelled it
He actually said
both
both.
ways.
said
I was
both.
like,
Okay, yeah, you did.
Loot
You
can
did.
be spelled LUTE and LOOT. They mean different things.
Can I put this to you this way? Can I use the medicine skill with which to identify and the scavenging skill with which to possibly be able to acquire the things?
I will give you the medicine skill, and based on that, I'll decide how likely it is you'll even need to roll the scavenging. How about that?
I got
Okay, no. That's
21
I will
with the
I will
foraging
take that.
skill,
Foraging. Yes. What'd you roll?
but that is food related. 21.
21. It's a good roll. I'm going to give you that. You recognize some of these herbs not as food, but if you're foraging, you're not always foraging for food. You recognize some of these herbs as herbs that are good for the body. Not all of them. There's probably more than that there, but you do recognize some of them. Go ahead and give me your medicine.
I'm wasting all of these good rolls. I swear to God.
Fantastic. Nat 20?
Yeah. +1.
Replenish that medicine kit.
Yes, 100%. You'll be able to replenish that medicine kit. And because you rolled a nat 20, guess what you get? You get the door prize here. The door prize for medicine, at least, is
High five.
crisp high five.
Yeah, he's gonna get the skateboard.
No,
I'll take the high five.
you're
Is
going
he gonna
to
get the Xbox 360?
It is not an Xbox 360.
Oh, not enough tickets. Damn it.
You're
Let's go play
gonna
skee-ball.
see the same herbs that Gaul found, but you're gonna know more precisely what they're used for. And in knowing that, near that, you will actually find 2 healing potions, which will give you just a static +4 health, and 1 healing vial, which will give you a D4 +4.
Oh.
Because you rolled a nat 20, I'm not even gonna fucking belabor
Okay.
this. You find those things.
I'm actually gonna hand the expensive one to Gaul, and then hand one of the other basic ones to Jairus.
What's this?
This is a decent healing vial. Hold on to that.
Oh, all right.
And Jairus,
what's the
you might want to
next
actually
one?
use this. You don't look so good. You're still looking not so hot.
Oh, wait till it's necessary.
Well, hold
Healing
on to it
vial.
at least.
Healing vial. What?
D4 +4. And yours is just a basic healing pot, and I have one which I'm going to put +2 on mine because I have one in my medicine kit already. So
Yes, this gives you just 4 health. Based on that, I would say a lot of this in this room is kind of really beyond your knowledge. Roll me a scavenging, which is a luck-based check, and we'll see based on how good that is. You can kind of scavenge some stuff, and you can then later get it analyzed to figure out what's good, how good are the stuff you got. You know what I'm saying?
again, most
You won't
likely I'm
know.
looking for information based on what we're looking for more than anything. Because I don't know, maybe somebody left a note sitting around.
If
Not
you'd
looking
like
for.
if you'd like information, you can get that. Absolutely. Give me a.
That's what I'm not looking for. Like, oh, I need this specifically for medicine and whatnot. That was the other role. This one is like looking for information specifically what we're doing.
Sure. Roll scavenging, or I will allow perceiving, either or.
Oh, perceiving gives me more, so I'm gonna give that one.
Yep.
Dirty 20. 14 plus 6.
You got a little high there with the that music, just a little bit there.
I didn't change anything.
No,
I know, it just
it
hit
went
a
high for
crescendo.
just a second.
It's
Just
got a
letting you know.
crescendo. It can't affect the crescendos, my man. Sorry.
No, I understand that. I'm just letting you know.
My perceiving is really high right now, Henry. I saw that look. I was like,
What?
the nothing. Never mind. But yeah, 14 plus 6. So
14 plus 6, yeah, absolutely. Dirty 20. You find Absolutely. Let's see exactly what I wrote here because I want to be true to what I wrote.
I mean, even if I don't find anything, I'm gonna.
We've got a bot. We got a bot in the chat.
I already did it.
Nice, good job,
Um,
Manhammer. Hammer.
you find all the equipment you need. All the equipment you need to put together a alchemy kit if you want it. That you find easily. You also find some information on you find some books on learning alchemy, which again, you can take with you if you'd like, but obviously cannot be learned in the course of just sitting here.
Okay, I will absolutely take another alchemist kit because why not? And then you said a book, so I will take a book on because I would know basic alchemy, or I don't know basic alchemy. I need a basic alchemy book.
Absolutely.
I have a kit. I haven't used it yet. So basic alchemy book.
Here you can find some information in the form of books and papers and stuff like that to help you develop the skill of alchemy.
I'll take that. But nothing else in reference to what we're doing. So at this point in time, I'd say we get out of here because my senses are being assaulted. I got to get out of here, but I don't see anything related to what we're looking for.
Yeah,
And we can keep. There's another door out of this room?
No. The store. This is where it ends.
We do have the other option of the other hallway, though.
Jairus looks around and goes, "Yeah, this is way above my depth. This is knowledge I'm not versed in. I mean, I know a little bit about poisons, but not enough to even come close to knowing anything about this."
Speaking of poisons, how you feeling, bud?
He pulls up his sleeve and looks, and you did a pretty solid check, so it looks as though at this stage he's not showing any signs. He goes,
Okay, all right. Please,
I think I'm all right.
Make sure if anything changes, we gotta figure it out.
Of course.
So, Clep, do you want to lead us down the other one?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
I gotta get out of here, though. I'm just starting to get a headache.
The clip is already moving to go across to the western hall. Or no, the left
No.
hallway. Right, yeah.
Back around the corner, down the other hallway.
Yeah.
You go around the corner down the other hallway. It is basically mirrored of what you see here, but it's yes.
I just want to clarify moving forward. Until you say otherwise, I am assuming we are running off my perception that I rolled earlier.
Absolutely. You sure are.
Okay.
It is basically mirrored of the other side. You come around that corner and find yourself looking at another room. This room is dark, but you aren't affected by the dark right now. So in this room, what you find is immediately, just not even stepping in, just looking in, you see pieces of art, different well-crafted stuff that's crafted by craftsmen and artisans of different varieties, just like art pieces basically, as well as a quick glance kind of gives you just that overall, like, there's paintings, there's busts, there's engravings. You can see
It's artisanal.
definitely this is a
Yes, a
room
good
of
bread.
art.
This feels.
Okay. So Klep is going to go back into the hallway.
Okay, guys, this is the arts room, so I'm fairly positive that if it's going to be anywhere, it's going to be in here.
Yeah, that sounds promising.
It is dark in there. I don't know what this library has going on. I think right now it might be a good idea for me to check it out on my own, and you guys just be vigilant. And I'll call for help if anything happens. I swear. It's not that big of a room. I can make it out quick. I'm gonna be hard to see. I'll be in and out.
So you want us to stay here at the crossroad, or at the intersection?
Just whatever the
corner.
closest.
It's at the corner.
Yeah,
You
is
guys will be
before
at the
going
corner
in
before
and
the
not
turn.
having your light
Okay.
flood in.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah,
All right.
We'll wait here. Yeah,
All right, but
Sure.
hey, keep your hands to yourself, all right? Don't go fiddling with stuff on your own.
go full of boo in there.
The giant freaking ruby.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so
Tell me
then
what you do.
Clip goes in, and then he looks around to see if there is any sign of like a musical section in this area.
As you explore this room, which is not nearly as big as the first room, but it's a decent enough size room, not like the very entrance room, but it is approximately big as the last one, which was a decent sized room, right? Enough for all the enough room for experiments and stuff. This is much more like a gallery of collected arts.
Collection.
A collection of arts of different kinds. As I say, you look around and you see like hung on the wall, you see like paintings, you see etchings, you see busts, you see the tools of these trades of different artisans. You even see, as you're looking, go ahead and roll me a perceiving, actually, so that if you're gonna like look around, see all, just to give you all you see.
A nose job 20.
A little touched up, but it's a 20. Got it.
Oh. All right, sorry. Go ahead.
So as you look around, you see, just like I said, a fair amount of art. You're not an art kind of guy. You have no idea the value of this, but you see it all. You see hung on the wall in one section, you see a beautiful looking shield, just an immaculate long sword. You see, hold on, I gotta, again, reading what I wrote here. You see jewelry. You see, again, all the tools of the trade. Not all of the tools, but several tools of the trade, of these trades of art, of crafts, these craftsmen's tools. And you see, in one section, you do see a loot. You recognize a loot, not hard for you to recognize. There it is. Nothing is marked, nothing is named. Even if it was, it probably wouldn't be in the language you read in the first place.
No neon signs.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you do.
Well, yeah, he used them all for our animals.
Klep wants to approach the loot and investigate if.
Sure.
I know it's because
Perceive.
he's thinking maybe not even a trap, but like maybe this is like a decoy version of the loot.
Sure. Make me an awareness check.
Oh, that's absolutely the loot. 100%. With perceiving, I got a 7.
Oh no!
With perceiving, I mean, this has got to be it. This is the only loot you've seen.
Yeah.
It only makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean,
Tracks.
not like you'd be an expert at this anyway, but fuck it.
Yeah.
That's a loot. You're looking for a loot?
Yeah. So at that point, now, do I roll another perceiving to look for traps? Or just go off that previous one?
That's the one.
Even though I was looking for different things?
That's
Damn,
the
okay.
one. I'm not going to let you roll 1,000 times here.
No,
Or
that's
make
fair.
you roll 1,000
No,
What
that's
did you
fine.
say about being a boo in the trip?
Yeah. Ooh.
I've learned a lot from Dragonheart, and I'm trying to not make everything
Yeah.
so many rolls. If I can reduce the rolls
Okay.
to what's reasonable.
Dragonheart? Dragonheart? You
Then-
learned the Knight's
Sorry,
Code?
Daggerheart. Dragonheart didn't teach me that. Dragonheart taught me how you can make a sad movie about a dragon. Daggerheart taught me to reduce my number of rolls.
Then
Knight knows only virtue, sir.
after
That's also what it taught me.
after his very brief investigation of where this loot is and what it is on, he grabs the loot.
Absolutely. You grab the loot. As you pull it from the wall, a puff of smoke hits you in the face. For a second,
Oh,
you
no.
feel groggy, and then you fall out. Roll me. I'm going to give Jorn the opportunity. Roll me a perceiving. I know you're perceiving.
How long do you think we should give him?
If your perceiving specifically pertains to smell, not
see
hearing,
what you're
but because you are a dog, it makes the most sense that you could, like a lupine creature, makes the most sense that you have a chance of hearing this. Would you roll?
Just flat.
Just
18.
perceiving. You can add perceiving to it,
Oh,
but not your
24?
nose to it.
24.
24. Yeah, you hear the soft sound of as he hits the ground. You don't know exactly what that means, but you hear the soft sound of maybe a body hitting the floor.
I would assume you would also hear the loot go clang clang.
You do not. Fun making assumptions, isn't it?
He wasn't making any sound, and I heard something.
We might should
Clap.
check on him.
Yeah, I might.
Clap.
No response.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and lead way in, shield forward, and I am gonna roll because I haven't seen this room yet, and I'm gonna roll to look around.
In interest of getting my fighter friend his weapon free, I am holding a lantern as high as I can hold it.
It's fine. Again, I have mine still clipped to the shield, but if I choose to get into combat, it's gonna fall off, and I might break it.
That's
Just
fine.
for
I've got
right
my
now.
lamp, and I don't need it. You know,
Okay.
like I don't need a hand on a shield or anything like that for me.
Okay, well then I'll put mine away then at this point.
Kenny
Or I'll put it.
says the puff of smoke was a creature that was living behind the loot, smoking. He's like, "Hey, find your own place."
Regular perceiving 17.
17. All right. With a regular perceiving, I'll tell you I assume the first thing you're looking for is Klep, which you do see just on the ground, probably sawing logs. You think you don't. Well, hard to say, I guess, but you think he's still breathing.
He's unconscious to my best ability.
To your best ability, he's unconscious on the ground. You also see, as I described before, a room filled with art. Now you're hitting it with light. You're actually able to really see the beauty of this because dark vision doesn't really allow you to. It just sees like kind of
Stuff.
what's there.
You see
but
stuff.
not-
You don't see stuff.
You don't see the details and things. So here you're like, as the light hits it, you're like, wow, look at all this stuff. This stuff is cool. Even you, who's probably not like a fine purveyor of art, just notices like this. Some of this is really beautiful.
Now you did mention earlier, and this is slightly metaing, but what I would also see the weapons.
No, absolutely. I mentioned that, as I said, you see everything I described before. Yeah, you see the sword. And
Not worried
shield
about
on the
that
wall.
yet, but that's in the back of my mind.
Jordan looks at them a little too long, and I go, "Remember what I said? It applies to you too."
Fair. I look down at my hilt, like the hilt of my regular longsword, like later.
I look at Jared. Who thought that you're my least worried right now? Like, I'm least worried about you. Right
He's always been around loot. We haven't. This is all cool stuff, right? I'm immediately going to go up and use my
Jairus?
medicine check on
Klep, absolutely. Jairus leans in and he goes, "We're in a place made by a person who plies in my field. I know not to just go touching things."
It's the third time that I've said a thing because I know that about you, and you've taken it.
Yeah,
This is a communication error from me. Like I don't.
you know what? You're right. Thank you for acknowledging my. And he tips his non-existent hat.
I'll work
not
on
everybody has
how
a
I
hat.
deliver.
Yeah. As I'm checking, by the way, as I'm checking Klep, because I haven't rolled it yet, but as I'm checking him, I'm gonna speak so they can hear me and be like, "I just looked at it. Okay, I didn't touch anything."
Did he? And I know I'm not a clip that you're standing over.
You look over at Jairus, and Jairus nods at you.
Medicine check of 14.
With a 14, you can tell that he is asleep. You can't tell exactly why, but he's definitely asleep.
Okay.
Do we see the
Not
loot?
you, Gull. Yawning.
Oh,
You're not
well,
asleep.
too bad. I
We're
told
getting
you.
there. We're getting there.
We're getting to 10:30, and I'm about to be like, "Yep."
and I'm right. I'm right up on where the loot is as well. I'm like, well, that
You see the
kinda
loot?
makes sense.
Mhm.
Hey,
I roll
Jairus.
intuiting. It's a nat 20 because come on, I don't roll.
Hey, the rolls that we need. The rolls that we need.
No, I didn't
sometime.
even roll. I just know I put it together.
It's not hard to see that he's asleep, but
Yeah.
with your medicine check, you see that he doesn't appear to be injured, damaged in any way. He doesn't look like he's just asleep.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
He might have gotten a little bump from passing out.
I'm
but
gonna
probably not.
softly shake him to try and wake him. At the same time, I'm like, Jairus, do you want to check that maybe?
Certainly. You give him a shake. It takes a little bit more of a shake than you think, but he does rouse.
And I hold my lamp up to give Jarrus +1 TD. I hold the
5
flashlight.
more minutes.
Hold the flashlight.
5 more minutes.
You give me TD. It's awful, but great.
Clep, wake up. Come on.
Clep,
5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Clep groggily wakes. He is in a state of grogginess and is not able to completely keep his focus. Clep, you will take 1 TD on every roll for the next chunk of time.
Next inordinate chunk of time. What? Are you good? Are you okay?
Mom, Dad.
No, it's Jorn.
Jarrus walks up and looks at it. He inspects it without touching it, and he goes, "Oh yes, it appears there's a little reset, a little trap that automatically resets. One can assume it may not be only on this, but it looks like it would send maybe some small amount of gas out of something of the sort, gas or powder."
Can you see where it comes out?
Yeah, I can see where it comes out. I'll have to try to disarm it, because it appears it's just if you try to move it in any way, it probably will go off.
I hold up like I have some paper, and I was like, "Can you just plug a hole?"
I can make an attempt.
I got some paper. I could tear up my noble outfit, but I'd rather not.
He's going to attempt to disarm it. Wow, good rolls up until disarming the thing.
I feel like that's been my thing today too.
I've been
Oh,
getting
as soon as I
random
need to
good
roll
rolls
an
for
awareness
no
with my
reason.
+8, I'm rolling 3s and 4s.
He attempts to disarm it. In it, he moves it. Puff of smoke comes out. He goes, "Oh no," and then crawls out.
I told you, just plug it with some fucking paper.
I put my head down and be like,
Well,
"Can
at
you
least
get
it's
him?
just
I'm gonna try to help Clep. He seems to be a little out of it."
yeah,
Clip.
yeah. I start nudging. I start shaking him.
Yeah, with you saw how much shaking it took for Clep. It's not. You just kind of give him a good. He's like,
What?
"Oh no,
Sorry. Jarrus, somebody got your coin purse.
no, they didn't. I'll kill him."
Got him.
Comes up with a dagger in hand, all stumble.
Yeah,
Clip, still in
Calm
his
down, big boy.
confused state, starts rummaging around in his coin purse and pulls up 2 earrings and just kind of looks at him for a minute and just kind of like
Clep,
spins them around in his fingers
are you okay, bud?
and then puts them in his ear. Yeah. What's going on?
We're in the library. You got hit with a trap. It put you to sleep.
Yep.
That's why. Okay, that's why I saw my parents. Okay.
Are you good?
Yeah.
Did you say you saw your parents?
Yeah.
I
You know what your parents look like?
I don't see any plants. What are you talking about?
That's okay, buddy. That's okay. I'll pat Jarrus in the back.
And I hate to do this to you guys, but it's in character. Clep is gonna stand up and try and grab the loot.
Fantastic. I will allow
We need
anybody to
this.
roll Dex versus his reflex if you want to try to stop him.
Absolutely not. I'm gonna let him do it. I want to see how it works.
Yep. You don't try to stop him. I'm not hearing any other opposition. You pull it, a puff of smoke comes out. Pff, psh. You're groggy for a second.
What happens to
you
the
fall.
loot? Why does the loot keep going back?
It's attached.
It's never leaving. It's got like a little trigger, I think, that it's just hitting the trigger.
Correct.
Sure. When did it happen? Oh, I pay attention.
Yeah. You notice as soon as he tries to pull it off the wall, because it is not just like it is on the wall in in such a way that it is meant to be held there, right? Like this isn't just like loosely on the wall. It's almost like a if you know what like a wall guitar rack would be like, imagine something equivalent to that. So you'd have to kind of lift and tilt it to get it off. As soon as it moves, that's when it happens.
Is there a string? Is it
You
mechanical or
have to
magic?
look for it.
You would have to. That's disarming.
I watched
So-
him do it.
That's
Yeah.
disarming.
Okay,
I will give you-
honestly,
I'll give you-
honestly,
it's an intelligence check to disarm it. I will allow you 1 TA because you've been watching so closely.
But yeah, Clip stands up.
Pretty
Hands.
intelligence then. Okay.
Oh yeah, library loot.
Hey, fuck yeah.
Nani's.
It's not my
Nani's.
thing, and I got a 20.
So that's you did it the third time.
no. That was
No,
to
no,
explain
no.
how he
That
did
was
it.
the
Okay.
the second time.
So the second time you get up, you are even more groggy than before. You're shaking awake. You now take 2 TD to
No,
every
I haven't woken him
roll.
up yet. He's still asleep. I haven't woken him up yet.
Well,
I
haven't gotten there.
don't know if that's
stacks.
gonna have some long. If he does that a third time, I think there's gonna have some like lasting effect. I rolled a 20. on
Oh
this
yeah,
thing.
dude.
Hey,
20, you
let's
were-
go.
You were paying the fuck attention, dude, and you go, I think I got this, and you managed to disarm the trap.
Is it like a it's just a fucking string? I just cut it.
No, you actually do manage. You use your original plan, but because you were able to see it more and understand it a little better, you were able to block the hole before taking it off. In a way
It's
that,
like it's a breathing. I just put my palm on it.
yeah, you're able to just slide something in there very. This is an intelligence, not a sleight of hand, so it's not like a quickness thing. It's like you're able to see how to block that hole a little better than Jairus was able to see it. Jairus was just kind of trying that and then fucked it up.
Yeah. Nudged the fucking loot and got.
Instead of just holding paper over it, you made it into a little spit wad and plugged the hole.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
All right,
that's exactly it. Let's say.
So
fucking
you
plug
think
it.
that's what we're looking for?
I take it off.
Yeah, based on what you know, yeah, it is.
I by the way, I have since
I don't know.
picked up Klep. He's over my shoulder for the moment.
Yep. Klep will be asleep for the next 15 minutes.
Unless
All
I
right,
wake
better-
him, which is fine.
Yep.
You and
Look at
I
there.
better keep a sharp eye because it looks like these two are a little bit out of
Yeah.
it.
Now,
I'll be all right. I'll be all right.
yeah. Now,
Nothing.
remember, we were allowed to have other
Kind of want to go back into the
loot.
other room.
Yeah.
Just get the strong smells.
Oh,
Um,
I suppose.
and I kind of glance over at the sword and shield, like,
I need you to be real fucking careful because that one made us go CBC, and it got 2 of us. One of us twice. So like, and they're supposed to be they're good at this, right? So
Jairus, do you think you can see if you can see anything?
See if I can see another trap. Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
And he walks over.
I'm doing it as well. I'm trying as well.
He walks over and he gives it a shot. He looks at it and goes, I think he's good. With
That's
this
a 26.
the shield, right? I think it's good. And then you look and you go, no, it's not. No, nope, it's the same thing.
No, not at all.
It's actually the same thing all over again.
I think they're all rigged the same way. More shit.
Okay.
If I know how it works, do I need to roll again to disarm?
Yes. It's a process
You
of
still, have
disarming
to,
something.
you still have to attempt to, but I guess technically give him like
I'll
one
give you-
TA since he
I'm going to
knows.
give you 2 TA because you know.
Oh, hey.
Okay.
Sword
Actually,
and the
you know
shield.
what? I will allow you to roll 2, take the higher because you know how it works and you did it once. You still have to disarm
Let's go.
it, but this will be a lot easier for you.
Still an intelligence check.
Still an intelligence check.
I'm glad that I get to roll twice because that's.
Don't worry, Henry. I'll wake you up in a minute.
That's a 7. Don't worry, I got it. It's no problem.
Did you roll 2?
Yep, he rolled 2. The highest was 7. He a puff of smoke comes out,
I got it. Don't worry, I figured these out. This ain't no shit.
hits him right in the face. He gets
No,
groggy
he
for a
just
second.
he doesn't even fall down. He just turns to stone.
Oh yeah.
He leans his head leans back and he just turns to stone standing.
Do I have the shield?
No, you didn't pull it off. No, of course not.
Okay.
It was in the process of disarming it.
Was I paying attention to where the smoke came out of?
Absolutely. I'll give you 1 TA to disarm it. It's an intelligence check.
You can't nudge me away. I'm still.
I think you can still
Actually, hold on, wait,
you can still
hold
be
on.
nudged awake. I think you have to. I think
Pause.
it's more of a knock.
He's
A little bit more effort.
Pause.
Jordan specifically
Pause.
can nudge me
I was
away.
gonna say you
Pause.
can't even get the shield because he's holding it.
No,
Pause.
he already. As soon
Nah,
as
I was going for the trap technically.
Pause. I wake up. I wake them both up first.
Okay, you wake them both up. You know how it goes. 2 TD
Yeah.
for one of you, 1 TD for the other.
Yeah.
He fucking knocks on your stone shell, basically, and you go, "Where?"
Oh god damn it!
Okay, guys, I think I got this.
No,
I
stop.
figured it out.
Stop. You need to relax. I might be able to help you guys out in a minute.
1 TA. Go for it. Intelligence roll.
Let him try, because at this point we're gonna get we're gonna get the fuck. We got to complete the spare. You know, we got to round this out.
Plus 16.
16?
Mhm.
Which one are you going for?
Start
with
with shield.
Shield, absolutely. You go for the shield. Puff smoke.
Really? Okay.
Oh shit, he's real big. Get out of the way.
He lands with a thud.
Clep. Clep.
Says, okay, now that that's out of the way, no. Hey, I think I have an idea. I think I have an idea. Everyone step back.
Come on. Come on.
Everyone
He says,
step back.
You can't make any steps while you're sleeping. Come on.
And
Am I still
then
asleep on the? Am I still passed out?
He wakes you up.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, all right.
we nudge you.
All right.
I'm trying to see
Okay.
if I have an
Well,
option here.
Take your
I
TD.
said it. Yeah.
Clep wants to attempt to throw his boomerang and knock them off of their little pedestals while being out of range of the smoke.
The sonic boomerang.
Okay. Roll an attack roll.
What is the range of the smoke?
Find out, I guess.
Where are you guys standing?
To either side.
If he pulls out his sonic boomerang, I move the fuck out. Like I
Yeah, I'm out of
start
range.
shuffling.
I'm to
groggily
one side
away
out of
from him.
range.
Okay, so you're away from him. Are you guys near walls? Are you in the hall?
No,
Are
middle
you-
of the room.
Middle of the room. Okay. I will state that there's lots of different art here. So it would be difficult for you to escape being kind of next to art in this room. And that's just so you know that.
Dirty 20.
I run out of the fucking room.
Okay. He runs out of the room. I think Jarrus does the same. Jarrus goes, wait, what are you? Oh, fuck this. And gets the fuck out of the room.
All right, fine. Yeah, I'll follow them. Let him do his thing.
You throw at which thing?
I was going for the shield because I was hoping to kind of like clip it and just make it wobble down, but
knock
also not like a full force attack, just like pink.
Okay.
The goal is to knock it off of its pedestal without damaging it or anything else.
I respect that. Read me the description of what your boomerang does. How is it described?
I don't have it brought up word for word because I have it handwritten.
As per
Absolutely.
what I remember, it is a boomerang that magically does sonic damage. So it would probably create some sort of small sonic boom at the point of impact and
Yeah,
does blood
I will
damage.
look it up.
The boomerang is a thrown
Okay.
60-foot weapon. Dex weapon, magical, light, one-handed, rare, essence 20. Creature is dazed and deafened. After it does 1d6 blunt and 1d6 sonic, and the creature is dazed and deafened until the end of its next turn. The wooden boomerang is shaped like a bent lightning bolt.
Okay.
So it doesn't say that it produces a sonic boom or anything.
Yes, it
It
does.
does
It
1d6 sonic
does
damage.
1d6 sonic. So it
Which
does
would
in
be-
fact say it creates a sonic boom.
Make a noise. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
called the boom orang.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Then,
just
yeah,
clarifying,
Then
yeah.
it booms.
So this is how this next
Shield,
thing
it makes
goes.
a gong.
This is how this next thing goes.
So just for my own sake, moving forward, how big of a boom would you say it is? Like what radius?
Well, it is meant to just hit a single target.
That's why I'm asking.
It is meant to hit a single target, but we're talking about in a room filled with things posted up. As far as radius goes, when you're using it to attack something, it says what it does. It's single target. You're using it out of the range of attacking something. I'm going to say that this thing makes some vibrations. Anything that is too close to that, which these things aren't crazy far away from each other, will probably be affected by the vibrations of this boomerang. You throw it. With a 20, it hits it. Now, you wanted to just tap it. That's not what happens because you rolled good enough that it'll do what you say, which is knock it off. It knocks it off. Bing. The boom goes off. Things in this place shake. Things near it shake. A bunch of those puffs happen. Luckily enough, you're far enough away that none of them catch you. You are also in a small stone room. This effect echoes all the way through to you guys. You guys are not fully dazed, but you are affected. I want to imply the dazed condition to you.
Gall has opened the book he's been carrying and is fanning the air.
Let's say tinnitus and slightly blurry vision.
Yes, you guys are not deafened. You're not actually. This is what I'll say. You're not deafened, but you are dazed. All of you take the dazed condition as it just reverberates through this room as it goes boom.
Dazed.
Especially since you were already like
TD'd.
Yeah.
Groggy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does the boom, you said it shakes a lot of things. Does it by any chance shake anything right next to it off as well? Because you said it shakes.
Nope, just shakes them enough to activate the traps. It just activates probably like 4 of those traps. You know that it'll disperse pretty quickly, as you've seen it already, but it probably, like I said, 5 of those go off. It is knocked down. All of you are like, oh, fuck. And any hope you had of being quiet in this place is shattered.
I hope there's nobody home.
And you hear it just echo all the way through this fucking place because it probably travels a good distance. This sound as a sonic boom, if you've ever heard one, Henry, I know you have, travels pretty fucking far.
Even a small one. Yep.
So
it's a gunshot. It's like a gunshot at this point in time, but it is in close space. So we're gonna basically. I would.
Imagine doing a gunshot in a stone room.
Ow.
So
anyway, I think that's
what goes in and picks up the shield. How big is this compared to Klep?
The shield is of decent. It's a normal shield. It's probably like a kite shield. No, not a kite. What's the other one that's got the flat top and the?
That's a kite shield. So
that's a kite shield.
Is it a kite? I thought a kite was a triangle.
So they consider all those kite. According to the lore of Mythcraft, you have the buckler, you have the heater. Heater is usually just a square, and then you have kite, which is the pointed one, and then you have tower, which is the huge big square one.
Okay, then it's a kite shield.
You wanna hit us with a cliffhanger on this note? I feel like this is a great place.
Yeah, we're here at 10:30, but he said he wanted to do something.
Mm-hmm.
So
let him do the thing.
Definitely let him do the thing.
I'll be right back.
Yep. So we're going to end our session right here with our 4 hackneyed adventurers.
Intrepid explorers.
Dazed, groggy, and actually, because you're dazed and groggy, I want you to roll me just real quick because I think it's funny. I want you to roll me a dexterity check to make sure you don't bump into anything on your way in. Take your 2 TD. And whatever dazed gives you. I don't know if dazed gives you other...
What are we adding to it? You said dexterity?
This is your dex, yes.
Okay, 17.
Us outside the room as well, or just him?
Just him, because he's running in to try to get something.
Yep.
I didn't quite literally mean running, but... Klep goes in, grabs the shield, comes back out, And the cliffhanger I was gonna leave it with was Klep brings the shield up to Jorn and goes, Trey,
Got it.
like my shield for your shield.
So you managed to make it in, even with your 2 TD, you make it to 17, correct?
Yeah, because I rolled a 17 and I have 2 decks.
Yeah. So you make it in. Does dazed affect that? I'm sorry, I just have to double check. I haven't seen
Dazed means they
No, dazed is only your.
they can't only
SP
take actions.
or
Yeah,
AP.
actions.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's an AP effect. That's what I thought, but I just wanted to be sure. So yes, you come back. You go trade. Meanwhile, he is probably like, "Oh, my head."
Mop, mop, mop.
We're gonna leave it there, as I said. Thank you for joining us on another exciting episode of Mythcraft Country, where these adventurers have really proven that if you put a dungeon in front of them, they're gonna make some choices. They're gonna make some choices.
Those choices, yeah. That's the thing.
I will say, above board as the Mythcrafter here, things happened not exactly as I expected them, but boy did they happen. And I can't wait for you all to join us next time, not next Friday, but the Friday after next for another exciting adventure in Mythcraft Country. For now, I've been Jeff. Will come back to me at the end. I'm your Mythcrafter and the Torchlight Twitch Man. Joining me tonight has been Mav.
Again, I am Maverick SD. I always have a great time with this game. We've built some pretty good chemistry and built some cool characters. I think we're gonna have some fun with this, and this is just hopefully the beginning of some fun adventures. Make a little money, have a little fun, get down tonight. That kind of stuff. And definitely like this new system. As I've stated before, I recommend you check it out if you like D20 systems. This one has the different stats and some different play style and whatnot. It's not super hard to get used to though, and it's got some flair for sure.
It's just crunchy enough.
It's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
got some flair.
It's not the extra crunchy peanut butter. It's just crunchy peanut butter.
Absolutely. I've genuinely had to act like I wasn't a shill when people were talking about, oh, I want to try a new system. And I was like, well, this one. Well, I wanted to do this thing. Well, this one. Anyways, also playing the wonderful Klep tonight, Henry.
Wonderful. Oh wow, that's
Wonderful.
That's overly courteous.
You've really driven the action tonight, my man.
Hey, I'm slowly giving him a little leash. Jay wanted full on leash. I'm slowly letting it out.
Every D&D party, every TTRPG party needs the person who will press the fucking button. Okay? We act like we don't want to press the button because we're all playing a wise character.
No. I absolutely
Somebody needs to press the fucking
I absolutely.
button.
He said sword and shield, and I immediately was like, I want those.
Press the button.
I want the loot. He told us we could also have loot. I want loot.
Full
Right,
reason why Klep stood up and grabbed it again.
Yeah, but
that's exactly what he as a character would
sorry,
do.
not the loot, as in the actual instrument,
Yes.
but the loot.
You have the loot, and you're trying to get more loot.
Yes.
Have you been here this whole time, Tatiana? Press the button.
Yeah, she has. Absolutely. We'll let Klep press the button.
Yes, Klep.
We will
That
live
is Klep's
vicariously
job.
through Klep.
He's serving a very
Presses the
important
button.
party role.
Anyways, continue, Henry,
And-
please.
Yes.
And it's been fun pushing the button. I'm gonna send you over to Father Time himself.
Father Time is
Wow.
feeling his age. He has tummy wummy issues, and that's why he keeps running away from his seat. But he's here just in time to say that I've been Gall Sudman. I'm Jameson Oxford. You can always catch me on all the Torchlit stuff. I'm all over the place. Go check out our Patreon if you love us. You can
Please.
subscribe to that. You can sign up for that. We have free episodes that go up. If you subscribe, you get access to like goof reels and stuff from the podcast. There's a lot of weird content there. We haven't updated in a bit, but there's a backlog. So go check it out if you want some. Get in there. That's all I'm going to sell today. I love Mythcraft. It's a good game.
I do have one last thing I want to say, and I can't show it on screen, but I
Nope.
can show The stickers are being made.
Woo! Let's go.
That's right. Look out for
They
our
are in
new
work.
Torch the Tavern stickers. They're in work. Thanks to our lovely friend here, Celestial Fairy, correct?
Yes, Celestial Fairy Creations.
We will now
Find her
have
on Instagram.
We will now have loot for
Yes.
you.
Yes, everybody gets loot soon. So look out for that.
Preferably don't steal our loot like we're doing. We're setting a bad example, aren't we?
No, we're not. No, we're not.
Morally ambiguous, just the way every table likes it to be. As I said, I'm Jeffrey Torch, the Twitch Master, aka your Mythcrafter for the evening. Look at MC in the building. And if you like what we're doing here, please join us for the other shows that we produce. We also do on next Wednesday, we will have the wonderful show Orm's Legacy, run by Katie Mischief in the old school 3.5 Dungeons and Dragons. And on the Wednesday that we did this week, that this show plays, that same Wednesday, we're doing System Overload, our brand new show where we're trying out new systems and doing stuff different. We're trying to have fun. I'm really working on making something interesting that really pulls us along. So we'll see what happens with that. As always, we love to see you. We love to have you here. We hope you had a good time. And most of all, craft good stories.
Craft good stories. I want to say one thing real quick.
Okay.
Last thing. Jeff said if you're enjoying it, please go check out our other stuff. If you're enjoying it, please let us know. Say so in the chat. Tell us how we can improve. Tell us what we can do better. That's what we're here for. We want to provide better content. Speak up, have your voice be heard. We'll do the best we can.
Hey,
I love seeing that the chat's so active lately. I hope
Love
you
it.
keep
Yes.
Love it.
great. Yeah.
Love it. If you want to reach out to us, you can always reach out to us by email at torchoftetavern@gmail.com. Feel free to send us an email and we'll chat with you. I promise you that. So, as I said, craft good stories, and we'll see you next time.